Oh, ahoy, hoy, and welcome to this week's episode of Things from the Flood. What are we doing, Sarah? Just kidding. It's
Nothing,
Burning
because we're
Wheel.
playing Burning Wheel.
We are. We had an off week last week due to unforeseen circumstances, and we foreseen them this week, and we are here. Um, it might be a little bit longer of an episode, so we're gonna just sort of jump right in after we do our bits, like always. So, um, Hazel, what do
Yes.
you got for us?
I have some new beliefs and one
You
old
do?
belief. My first belief is Ragaire is the sword that will decide the fate of this valley. I will be the eye of the storm that shields him. My second belief is Ada is the hammer that will rebuild this valley. She must see sense and take charge of Hochen and will need to set her sights toward protection of the valley as a whole. Belief number three, I must fulfill my promise to Brother Wirt and free his friends / our family. Ash and I will perform the summoning with Philomena Buzz the Second.
Perfect. Okay, Ada.
Very lucky I don't actually have one of my beliefs activated right now. Okay, belief number one. The sword is empowered and so is Ragaire. It is time for us to end the Duchess's reign. This elven forge must be mine. I will make sure Martine bequeaths it to me and my lineage. And 3, we must find a way to return Morrine and Alden to this world. Or at least make sure they are at peace.
It's actually snow. The Duchess is snow. It's not raining.
Hardy har. The Duchess's precipitation.
Brother Wirt.
Hochen is beset on all sides by this squall, now mud. We must see the villagers delivered from harm. We come to the apex of our time with the Duchess. I must protect Hazel for Odelia's sake. And Clotho has shown us that balance must be restored for summoning to return. Defeating the Duchess is the only way to rescue Morrine and Alden.
And Ragaire.
I am suspicious of Willow. She's just a little too knowledgeable. After we're done, I'll investigate her to see if she is more than she seems. I bet Hazel has a plan for those bees. I will lend her my expertise and help her beturn her father and mother.
Expert bees?
Expertise beturn. I don't know. Expertise. It's a missed opportunity.
It could have been I beat Hazel has a plan.
I beat. Wow. Sarah, what were you? Past Sarah, what were you doing? Now that I am graced with the full power of our sword, I will use it to attack the Duchess and end winter.
This battle station is fully operational.
Yeah. A lot of hard beliefs. What if we just did like a casual shopping episode this time?
I think that's what we're set up for, isn't it?
There is no money and no market in this town.
I have 7 fate, just so everybody knows. That's more fate than I've
That's
had.
Exceptionally high.
And that's almost half as much as everyone else.
So I'm fully loaded. I'm ready. I'm ready to spend.
Okay. We'll save Sarah for last. Best for last. Hazel, what happened last time?
What happened last time? Ragaire realized there was oh shit. I pouted.
About what?
You did pout pretty
About
good.
Brother Wirt saying that spells were bad.
Okay. Ada, what did you pout about last time?
Ada does not pout.
Ada pouted.
Ada rages.
Ada rages. And pouts a little bit. But she takes action at the very least. Ada went through a messy divorce, a remarriage, and we're still working out custody of the child. At the moment, I'm clinging to a strong 50-50 control of the sword, but things seem to be spiraling out of Ada's control, so we'll see where the day takes us. But
The sword has a favorite parent, and then
she also got one of her deep inner wishes, which was just to plant her foot in Ragaire's face and in order to rip a sword out of his body.
Perfect. Brother Wirt, did you pout about anything last time?
Not really. Wirt tried to maintain democracy and legislative control, but was continuously interrupted. I think the most significant thing for Wirt is that he probably doesn't have to wear 12 layers anymore because the snow is gone outside, and now it's just mud. Awful, awful mud.
Why is that mud there, Ragaire?
Well, because I had a really good idea, and we had to activate the sword, right? And it
Mhm.
needed a vial heart, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I had a demon wound, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it all added up to I should stab myself in the heart,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
which I did. And that turned out to be a good move, surprisingly.
Surprising everyone.
So I didn't die. I activated the sword, and now I can turn into an eagle, and I'm living my best life.
Perfect.
I'll let Ada look at the sword sometimes.
Sometimes from a
I
distance,
have 50% ownership of that sword.
but it has to be
Intellectual
supervised.
property only.
If
Yeah.
Ragaire's a eagle, the sword doesn't exist, so time doesn't count.
Truly. Okay.
Bill,
Well, let's see. We ended off last time with you all discerning that it was no longer cold outside, as Brother Wirt told us. There seems to be a heat radiating from the sword, not from Ragaire himself. That seems to abate any of the tempest that has been raging outside. So you have this little bubble of protection. And we had sort of left it at that. So I'll open it up to you all of what do you do with that? Where do you go?
Hadn't we investigated the self-building citadel of the
Yes,
Duchess
you
or
had seen that
tower?
off in the distance. And I described it as becoming like a palace, I believe.
Mhm.
Palace.
Yes, it's glacial, it's palatial, it's a building.
Can I still see that from where I am, or if I like hop up on the roof, can I still see, like, is there a radiant, is winter still happening from afar? Is that still like
Yeah.
pulling together? Okay.
Yes. Your little bubble of protection is not very large,
Got it. Okay.
but it seems to be quite powerful and like it can if you're walking it's just like melting snow around you. But like after you leave the snow is just freezing
It's
into just
refreezing. Yeah.
We're creating black ice behind us. It's
Yeah.
hazard.
Just follow the black ice trail.
Absolutely no chance at stealth.
It'll be great. How far away can I tell how far away the castle is? We said it was kind of near Yuzon.
kind of near Yuzon, yeah. So about I think that's 2 days because you had to stay overnight in the systems of way stations. So 2 days via the road.
Cool.
And then some, because that's just to Yuzon, and this is sort of like up one of the mountains near Yuzon.
Would there be any record of like the roadways in the manor, or in not the manor, Martine's house, like government kind of maps or anything?
Yeah, probably.
Okay, I think I'm gonna go see if I can find an appropriate map for the place that we're headed to, since
Okay.
I can see the farthest and I can hopefully tell, like which one's the right one.
Yeah. So you ask this of Martine. He sort of looking around. You guys didn't let him
Yeah,
escape
no.
again. Yeah, he's here.
No.
He sort of takes you to what would be an office. It's more of just like a desk with like some of the stuff he used to run the town. And it's like, take a look, and then I'll have you make a check of just trying to sort through all of this stuff. There's, what you're looking for is not something he would use very often, so it's probably not on top.
Great.
I'll probably make it investigation. No,
Oh, I don't have that.
observation.
This isn't
Observation.
Baldur's Gate.
This is not Baldur's Gate. And what's your intent? What information do you want?
Guess my intent is to find the quickest and or the safest route. So like if there's get a sense of the road ahead of us, and like if there is like any sort of side road or unseen thing that could help us maybe get in there secretly.
Okay.
Would be my intent.
That sounds like an observation.
Okay.
To just sort of look through all of this, I won't make you roll research, and then it sounds like you can fork in.
Roadwise?
Yeah.
My favorite skill ever. Great. I will indeed fork in roadwise. What's the ob?
We'll say ob 3.
Ob 3. Okay. Great. I am rifling through papers. I am using my eagle vision, my newfound eagle vision,
Look at papers on a desk right in front of you.
to look at papers on a desk in hyper reality.
Nice.
Nice.
Okay. What type of road do you find road-wise?
I feel like we find a like a shepherd goat herd kind of track up into the mountains. And we know because they have, like a station, a goat sheep station up there that has been noted
Mhm.
by the town.
A goat station.
A goat
A goat
station.
station.
This
A
is,
station for goats.
This used to be a significant road, but then when King Wagenblagen mandated that all roads have a way station, this one was
Got overlooked.
too remote, and so it didn't have one built. So it sort
Yeah.
of became an
It can't
unofficial
be a road.
road.
And
It can't be a
and
road.
winter
It was
really
merely a goat trail to the
and
goat station.
winter really affected the goat industry in an adverse way.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. Wow.
Exactly.
Really plummeted the goat. Stopped.
So that
Great.
road exists, and it sort of leads. You don't know exactly where this palace is, but it leads to that general area, sort of up in the mountains.
Great. I'm like, okay, guys, this is where we need to go. How long does it's still going to take us? About 2 days if we take the goat trail.
Yeah, but like you'll avoid Yuzon entirely, the Duchess's Manor. It's sort of a more direct route up there, and it would be an unexpected route for someone to take.
Cool. Yeah, I'm like, this is it. This is our ticket to battling the Duchess. The answer is goats, and I slam down the
Wise
map.
words. As the saying goes, the answer is always
I
goats.
thought the answer was the sword. I'm confused.
Goats
Well,
first,
you
then
know,
sword.
Goats, swords, they go hand in hand. Goat in one hand, sword in the other. Always keep them guessing. Okay, that sounds great, Ragaire. I think we just need to make sure the town will be okay while we're away, while we're on our journeying over. But Wirt, does it seem like the abbey and the priests will be able to maintain things?
I
Safely?
mean, they're certainly set up on a more sustainable system than they were before.
We'll say Willow's also in this room because you're not in like a private room. This is sort of where
Mhm.
Martine's study was. And she's like, "It sounds like you all have important business elsewhere. That we can run the town while you're gone, no problem."
There's not much to run, Willow. It's more like
Well,
keep
yeah.
from being absolutely destroyed.
I think you'll be surprised what we can accomplish.
Can't wait. Anyways. It's a
Um,
long journey.
Can I want to, I don't know if this is another observation roll and this is boring, but as Willow is saying this, is she doing
Yeah.
anything suspicious?
No,
Run the
she's
town.
just talking.
She just wants to take over
She's not
the
like
town?
she's not like crossing her fingers behind her back. She's not like
She's
rubbing
not
her
like
hands
overtly being
maniacally.
passive aggressive
She's
or,
not like no, she's not like we'll run the town.
yeah,
Anything
yeah.
like that.
There's nobody, she's not like shooing somebody behind a
Yeah.
door or,
Yeah, nothing
Goblins,
like
go
that.
hide again. Great.
Okay.
Nope, she's just talking like a normal lady.
Well, I think we should get going as soon as possible.
Yeah.
I think there might be value also in traveling through the night rather than resting.
Well, there's no
At
way
least
station.
for the first day. Seems like time is of the essence.
Yeah. Get close and then reassess if we're in fighting condition.
Sure. Are you
Okay.
ready, Hazel?
Yeah, Ash, are you coming or are you gonna stay here and watch out for
No,
people?
I'll come.
You guys sure?
Yeah. There's nothing here for me.
Okay.
An extra teenager, just what I always
Mhm.
wanted.
He
I have
walks
so many
alongside Wirt.
child troubles already, and it's just an inanimate object.
Great.
Are you bringing anybody else?
I think we decided not.
I would say a hard no to Martine.
I want to bring Martine, but I also
No,
don't want to bring
Martine.
Martine.
Ivan of the Road has a startling potential for shenanigans that could be really good.
No, we should not bring Ivan.
But we should not bring Ivan of the Road.
Clotho?
Has Clotho recovered his faculties?
Yeah, he did.
Mhm.
Okay.
So he's less cognizant than before?
Yes.
Or cogent too?
Mhm.
I mean, I could,
You could bring Clotho.
yeah, we can bring Clotho. He
You
can
just
be
put
in
him in a little
pocket.
jar. Poke some holes.
Don't forget the holes.
He's small. He only goes through so much air so quickly.
Great. I'll ask Willow for Clotho. I think Willow had Clotho last.
She produces the small man, hands him over.
I hold him in my hand.
How are you?
Don't worry about it.
Oh, shush.
We're going on a field trip. It'll be fun. And then I say, Brother Wirt, do you have
Mhm.
something I can put him in?
We find a picnic basket to carry Clotho in.
A picnic basket?
Do you have an alternative?
Put him in a little coin purse.
You could put him in my macrame bowl.
Clotho, what would you prefer to be carried in?
A school
Don't ask
bus.
the man.
Don't
Picnic
listen to him.
basket it is.
Those don't exist. A school cart.
He describes to you a yellow thing made of metal that you have no idea what he's talking about.
Mhm, mhm.
He's been through too much.
He's hanging on by a thread.
I'll find a glove and I'll put him in a glove and I'll tie the glove to my belt.
Perfect.
Great.
So there's like a little hole and then the knot is,
Mhm.
where Clotho will be attached to said belt.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, are we
He's
ready?
wearing it like a jumper.
His
Hands are in 2 fingers, legs are in the other 2 fingers.
Great.
Okay. Anything else you want to do before you set off?
I don't think so.
Okay, then you head out. I will need a check of some sort by somebody.
So if I'm going to bless the party as a whole,
Uh
what are we gonna do here for that? Am I rolling 4 individual aid rolls?
huh.
What's 4 times as hard as a regular aid roll?
16.
I don't think that's actually true.
Um, I guess what do you want to do? Like,
Just
what's your intent?
bolster
Like, help
everyone's
them.
ability to walk through the night, physical fortitude and stamina.
Oh, I think we're gonna have one person make a roll, so you can just aid the one person who's doing that.
That sounds great. I'll do that. So I'll roll faith first.
Okay, 4.
Ooh.
Nice.
2
Wow.
successes over. So that is
3.
3. Yeah. Plus 3 to whoever is rolling whatever skill, stat, steal, or health test.
I would say track. Oh wait. Oh yeah. Tracking makes the most sense because you're trying to follow a path. Orienteering could also work.
Yeah,
Open to
is
other
this just to
suggestions.
follow the path? Are we doing 2 separate rolls? One for the path, one for going through the night, or
No, just one to follow
Okay.
the path.
Yeah, I can do tracking. My tracking's 5.
Okay. We'll say this is Ob 4. The very old, unused road, except for by goats
Okay.
and people with goats.
I'll do tracking. I'll fork in orienteering, and are we trying to be stealthy?
I don't think we
Really
can.
hard to be
Yeah.
stealthy with a
I don't
giant
think we can really be stealthy. Yeah.
orb of black eyes.
I'm just
So, yeah, I'll
melting things as I
fork in,
move.
Mhm.
Yeah, we're a walking desert mirage.
hunting, and those are advantage dice for me.
Yes, 3
Connor?
advantage die.
Wow, that's nice. Does anybody want to help just in case?
I can help with tracking.
Sure.
You get 1.
Eagle eyes,
Yeah.
literally. Base up
I just
4.
switch between being eagle and not
Whew.
being eagle.
Nice. How does that work with Clotho and the glove? Maybe you shouldn't carry him.
Then he's just holding him in his eagle
He's
talon.
just tied
Yeah,
to one
one
little claw.
talon.
The glove dangles by a claw.
Like a
Mhm.
carrier pigeon, but with
Yeah.
small delusional men.
Yes.
He's living his
Everyone's
best life. I'm
favorite
sure he's loving
delivery.
She's a rather large eagle, too, so. Hawk, eagle.
Eagles
Eagle.
could weigh anywhere between 3 and 72 pounds. I have no idea about birds, so.
I would say this is at least a 120-pound bird.
That's bigger than me.
Are you sure? Do you want to reconsider that statistic?
Elephant-sized bird.
Hollow bones. Key concept. Hollow bones for flying.
You don't know the density of a make-believe eagle's bones.
This one's powered by magic heat.
Yeah,
That's
its,
true.
its
It's
bones
true.
are made of
It's
rubies.
as dense as a
Elves-
sword.
One thing we know
apparently.
Elves are quite dense.
Heat rises.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
It's
constant
actually an internal
updrafts
combustion
sourcing
engine.
the flying for this bird.
This is easily a Saint Bernard-sized eagle.
And St.
I think
Bernard.
there are
and
eagle
Eagle.
spickers than Saint Bernards.
Well, this one is. So yeah, there are. Okay, yes, but through the help of large eagle and good eyes, and Ada not giving up on walking this goat trail. You find it. You know well that you're keeping, or you know that you're keeping on it. You're finding landmarks that are reinforcing that you're headed in the right direction. You can see the palace looming in the distance, and it is growing closer. Um, and it's quite easy to travel with you melting all of the snow. And well, It's a
It's like
different
wading
kind.
through a river.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a lot of yeah. Yeah. It's a lot of mud, but it's not slowing you down all that much. And you travel like in the afternoon and into the night. You're not resting. You're just going to keep going all the way. Like, how? What's your end goal? You want to just get to the palace? You want to get close to the palace?
I think get close. I was thinking if it's 2 days travel,
Mm-hmm.
we skip sleeping on the first day. We sleep on the second night,
Okay.
but we still save
I feel like we should be
time.
outside the perimeter of the snow wolf cloud
yeah.
ring that is encircling
Yeah.
the glacial palace.
Okay. Okay. We'll just fast forward to that where you guys are. Gone through one night, and you are sort of at the second night is when you get to a camping spot. The palace is probably like 30 minutes away. You're quite close. You're outside the ring of the snow wolf wind. And you can see this is a large building. Like, the footprint of this building is probably half the size of Yuzon. Like, and it is way taller than it is wide. So it is a giant building, which is why you could see it from so far away. And at this distance, you can tell that it is just made of ice.
Mm.
That bodes well for our ability to melt things, everything.
Either way, walk in and the building goes away, or it's magic ice and we have a problem.
I will say, Sarah, you're muted, giving me the opportunity to continue to say what I was about to say. Um, you have noticed Ragaire's influence waning the closer you get to the palace.
The gasp.
Mm.
So, like,
Yes.
now it's sort of negating the weather, but like the snow is like once you start to camp, the snow melts slowly, but like
We're
you're
not
not
on
just
mud anymore.
immediately melting the snow like before.
Okay. And now that I'm close to this glacial palace, and now that I sort of have experienced becoming one with a magic sword
Hmm.
and how that works, can I do like a sorcery wise check to kind of get some insight as to why her power is so strong compared to mine and like what that might mean for
Yeah.
our plan of attack?
Yeah, I think that you can do this with sorcery wise, or Hazel could do this with just straight up sorcery, or she
Okay.
could help you. It could go either direction.
Hazel,
But
what? I'm not melting as much stuff. What do you think is going on?
well, we're we're closer to her annex of power, and you don't have one, I don't think, because you just became a bird yesterday.
That seems grossly unfair.
Uh-huh.
So what do you okay, and I'm like annex of power, annex of power. What does that mean? How do we
Oh, can you talk to Spring?
can I talk to Spring? Am I one with
I
Spring?
don't
Is
know if spring exists anymore in the same sense.
Is that a question to me?
Logan,
you
do I
talk- yeah.
sense the spirit of spring?
Spring, the spirit of summer.
Spring,
You
the spirit of summer.
sense the power of spring, the spirit of summer, but there's no consciousness that you
Okay.
are aware of.
I don't think so, Hazel. I think he's
dead?
he's in retirement. He's alive. He's just not he's just not thinking.
In a
That's,
medical coma.
that's
Yeah,
probably good.
he's in a constant state of oneness with the sword.
Okay, well, he can't help then. Yeah, annex of power, and you don't have one.
How do I get one?
Okay, how would one form an annex of power?
Do I need one? Do I need one?
You need to build your own building and make sure it has an annex.
Sure, I'll roll sorcery. Do you want to help
You
me,
need
Sarah?
Annex Wise.
Is it possible for Clotho to help with this role?
No, he doesn't do sorcery. He does summoning.
They're separate.
I can help with Sorcery
The
Wise.
summoning and
if-
bees.
Yeah.
And you want to just what is your intent to figure
My
out why
intent-
it's weaker, or to learn how to build a nexus of power?
No, not to figure out why it's weaker. To figure out why hers is stronger.
Oh, why the Duchess is stronger? Okay.
Yeah, it's the
Okay.
same but different.
Yeah, but different. We'll say Ob 4.
Okay.
Because you haven't interacted with the Duchess all that much.
No.
Ah.
I don't know, Ragaire. I don't think you can.
Not bad. It's open-ended too. Oh my god.
If I'm gonna fail
yikes.
that bad, it's better be on this one.
Yeah, that's true.
Do you
Okay.
have a call on?
Oh, I do have amnesiac call on.
Forget that you rolled that value.
No, I have it.
Remember that you actually have met the Duchess.
My flavor is I don't remember why I know this.
Okay.
Can I use that?
I guess because I think you actually have interacted with the Duchess quite a bit.
Yeah, that's what I thought too, but I didn't. I don't actually know that. Okay, come on.
Wow. What a swing.
Wow.
I still tell
Very
Ragaire, I
different.
don't think I know your answer, Ragaire.
Mhm.
And then how do you feel like you do get the answer?
I think
Um,
she then proceeds to just tell you things about the Duchess that Hazel doesn't know, but like you remember Morrine learning and talking to Odelia about. So it'd be like, well, the Duchess is a powerful, like she was a powerful sorceress in her own right before she had the sword. Like she has
Mhm.
a magic moose familiar. She has like
He has
you've
a name.
seen her do magic. And so she might just be manifesting it this way using her sword to augment her powers, whereas you don't really have as strong
Sorcery
of powers to augment. Yeah.
Okay, great.
Who
so
knows
it's not,
how it interacts with elf magic? We haven't explored that yet.
but it's not like she has a casting circle or something, something like that you can break, or nothing that we would know about.
Nothing that you know about. Just she was stronger before, and she's also had the sword for a lot longer.
Yeah.
Great.
And she, I guess, now you all know that she had been sort of combating an opposing force, which has now been removed. So she's sort of going wild.
Free to
Yeah.
Okay. Great.
Ugh, I'm really sorry I can't be more here.
That's okay. You seems like you had some things tucked away in there. But it's okay. We'll figure it out.
Okay.
Maybe I just need to walk into that wolf wind and see what happens.
I don't know if it's gonna be good, but yeah, we can start there.
Ada's art, is that like a very physical wall almost? Or
The wolf
is it
wind?
more ephemeral? Yeah.
It's like a slow tornado. Like it's not really moving fast. It's just like you can see a cyclone of clouds, and the clouds are taking on like pouncing wolf forms. It's more of like mist that's rotating. It's ephemeral. It's not solid at all.
So I can't take a stick and try and poke it.
No. I mean, you could. There's not really anything to poke. You'd just be walking into it with a stick forward.
It's probably a bad idea. Okay, Ada won't do that. Instead, she'll throw a stick into it.
You're still 30 minutes away, so how
Oh, we're
good is
still
your
30.
arm?
I forgot how far we were. My bad. Ragaire had talked about walking into it, and I suddenly
I
got so
did.
confused about distance.
Is there any other signs of like people or inhabitants in this area, or is it totally deserted? Like absolutely no one.
You make a perception check, somebody.
Sure,
You
of
can.
course. What's my op?
4.
Want
I've
help?
increased my base op from 3 to
I've
4.
noticed.
I've got to challenge you all.
Sure, you want to help?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
2 dice. What are we looking for?
Signs of life.
habitation.
Yeah, signs of
Ruins, yeah, like
people
past
nearby.
histories.
Yeah,
Ada would
or
be interested. She would help that.
great. And
can always do it
I
carefully.
briefly turn into eagle form and I fly around really quick to kind of see if I can see anybody.
So you're looking around. This is the mountain you're on. It's called Verdorben. I don't know if you guys have heard that, but most things in this valley are called that. And this is the remnants of the Verdorben goat station. Is where you are, sort of headed to. Ada pulls out some info of like this was like world renowned for having like really nice goats, and like there was rumors that they had some type of like artifact that was helping them with these goats. No one, it wasn't it was just strictly rumors, but like you knew when it was a Verdorben goat.
The
Like,
golden trough.
yeah.
Yeah, a goat of facts, they used to call it.
Yeah. It's just rumors, but Ada throws that tidbit in there as you were sort of looking around. And you notice tracks in the snow. Sort of not like right where you are, but like you guys go a little ways down the mountain, maybe closer to the palace, and you find some of these. They are goat tracks, but like there's only one set, like little back goat legs.
Oh, little baby goat, where are you going?
Well, half of a little baby goat. It's
Oh, back to
I
the
don't like
halves.
that.
Back to the
back,
half.
but the earlier it was the front half of a wolf.
the
Now this
I
is
don't
the
like
back
this.
half.
The
I'm
front
of a
still
half-
goat.
confused.
The front half wolves ate the back half.
And you
goats.
made this
Now-
worse.
I'm still deeply concerned.
Okay.
Okay,
Well, I
so
will.
back goat hooves are
Yes, these are the
trotting
tracks you find, and then
in what
I will say
direction?
you see movement, and I will.
Okay,
I will
cinematic.
give you the what is making these, so you're no longer confused. You
Thank
see
you.
creatures is a good way to describe it. They have the bottom half of goat, like they have the legs that like bend backwards, and they like goat, and they have little goat tails. Then like the torso is probably like human, like their hands are humans, and their head is just a big moose head, and they have big antlers. So
I
it's
hate
like a
everything
3
you
in
just
1.
told me.
It's a
And you see them sort of like
3-in-1.
you see them sort of like moose satyrs is a good way to put that. They're sort of like rummaging around, like it looks like they're doing something, and then like it's like group of them, and you can tell they're not like just from the way they're interacting, like they're not super clever creatures, like based off how they're moving and talking and sort of like interacting. But they sort of like get frustrated of like digging in the ground at some spot, and then they sort of move on, maybe heading back to the palace.
They were just digging in the dirt. That's all they seemed to be doing.
Quite ineffective. They
Okay.
were just like sort of pushing snow, and then another one would like try and push the snow somewhere else.
They were talking to each other?
Yeah.
In just normal human language?
It wasn't very well enunciated.
It was a little moosey, but
It was as if a moose was
It
trying
was
to
a
speak
little
English.
moosey.
Mm-hmm.
How many of them were there?
That's probably like 6.
6 moose satyrs.
Does Ada see these?
Yeah.
I
Just
like
Ragaire.
Raiders.
Ragaire.
Yeah.
Maters. You got some maters.
I don't like it. I don't like any of the options here.
Okay, yeah. So the 6 maters move on, and
Them
then
there
Ada
maters.
Ada is like Ragaire.
Ada!
Is Ragaire a bird right now?
No.
I turn back into me.
Ragaire.
Ada.
What are those?
I do not know I've never seen a mater.
The
like
elves
this
don't have those?
before.
Because humans don't have those normally.
Yeah, I'm assuming the elves don't have. These are like not normal.
You've never
creatures.
seen anything like
Yeah,
this in your
this
life.
is an abomination of some kind.
Gosh.
But they did
yeah.
have cute little goat tails. I do want to
Oh,
emphasize that.
so
Abominations with cute tails.
cute. That's the only redeeming quality happening here. I almost want to do a check of some kind, but I don't have mater wisdom.
You're
Do
not
they
Mater-wise.
mater wise?
You can always open Mater-wise.
Do they just they just galloped into the back to the castle through the mist kind of a thing?
Yeah.
So we could follow their tracks back to the castle to like get in probably if
Ostensibly.
we wanted to. Okay.
Should we try and talk to them?
Yeah.
Yes, we should.
Did we hear them
But
speaking
in
like
disguise? We should do it in disguise.
our language? In
They were speaking in
disguise?
like broken English. It was like there was a
English.
lot of grunting. Yeah, like someone's the king of England now. They pulled the sword out of her hair.
I'll take the king of England.
They're speaking your language. You're king of the Maters.
Take it back. Oh god. Okay.
Has Clotho seen these things before? I hold the Clotho up in the glove. Clotho,
What?
you see those maters?
Oh God, it's hideous. And he's pointing right
Yes.
at Ada.
Not her. I turn the
Rude.
glove to a cute goat tail with moose antlers. And I
That
s-
goat?
yeah,
That goat is
look
not
up.
a bee.
Look up. Look up. Look at the whole thing, Clotho. Or I'm
Why
gonna
do
put
you-
you back in the glove. Have you seen a creature like this before, Clotho?
No, I've only seen bees.
I expect nothing less from you, and I put it back on my
Everything is but a bee in different form.
but a bee.
Should we get Wirt and Hazel first before we talk to them? We're not very good at talking.
I'm very good at interrogating.
I don't know if we want to anger a herd of 6
Maters.
Maters.
moose-sitters.
Yeah, I can go turn into an eagle and bring him here.
I don't think that's gonna work. Okay. Ada will wander on over
To the Maters or to the friends?
to the Maters.
They're like already in the palace.
They're gone.
They left
Oh,
us. They
they're
left
long
us in the
gone.
dust.
You guys had seen
Oh,
them from the
jeez.
distance, and then they sort
Oh.
of wandered off.
I do like that
Okay.
you and Ragaire were like, Ragaire's like, we should do it in disguise.
Disguise. We get a moose head.
I was about
And
to
some
put a
baggy
wig
pants?
of like wrap a little cloak or something around us.
Then by the time you're
Um,
ready, they're gone.
Yeah, I'm like, Ada, get on my shoulders.
We're the biggest mater around.
Size will intimidate them. All right. Well, we better report back that there's some unholy creatures. Maybe Wirt will or Hazel will know what they were.
Maybe. Yeah, we should go back for sure.
Hazel, where do you want to do anything while they're discovering the Maters?
We're rebundling.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. We're
It's
no longer
quite cold.
protected from the cold.
Oh, rebundling. Just
Not
gotta get
And then
used to
you-
the chill.
Then you have to unbundle when I come back.
Yeah, correct. I think
Very inconvenient.
we're probably just setting up camp.
Okay.
Wirt is doing it competently, and I am not.
Yeah, there you go. I'm okay with this.
Okay, perfect. And then they arrive and just with the worst information you've ever heard in your life.
Guys. There are other people here besides us and the Duchess. Are you ready?
Okay. prepare yourselves.
I think you should bring it
Imagine.
to him.
Back, hind legs of goat.
Huh.
Cute goat tail. We're working our way from bottom up. Torso up to neck.
Human.
Human.
Buff human.
Buff human. Distressingly so. Now, neck up, moose plus antlers.
Maters.
They
Maters.
can speak.
Get out of here.
Can
That
I-
is
Get out of
not
here!
a real
What do
thing.
you mean, maters?
Can I make an apocalypse-wise roll to decide that maters are a omen of the apocalypse?
Sign of the apocalypse.
Yeah.
The 6 Matermen of the apocalypse.
Wow, I don't like it.
Yeah, let's see. This would probably be bizarre or obscure? No. We're not gonna make it ob 7.
Because then they can't be.
Then they can't be. We'll make it ob. Let's say ob 4.
Okay, I'm gonna fork in obscure and foreign history.
Okay.
Can I help with demonology to rule out
Ooh.
that possibility?
Oh, can I fork in symbology? Because they're a symbol of the apocalypse.
Yeah.
Ob 4?
Uh-huh.
Oh, come on. No 6s.
Oh no.
Devastation.
It was not meant to be. You know that the symbol of the apocalypse is actually baiters, which are satyrs, and the heads are just giant bees. Because they summon the apocalypse.
That
Yeah.
makes complete
Because
sense.
we know bees are
Yeah.
summoners.
Yeah,
That's
correct.
what it said.
That it just makes perfect sense.
Oh, we're
Maters,
safe.
you know of no mention of maters in any obscure or foreign history.
Wow.
Brother Wirt, you are like, this doesn't sound like any demons I've ever heard of.
I
As far
think
as you guys can tell, these things have never been seen before ever.
I think maters are endemic to this area.
They don't seem natural to me. They're endemic now.
Would it make sense to do an artifact-wise test to be like the Vordurban goats were not? Maybe there wasn't actually an artifact, but the theory of the artifact was actually
was-
the goats,
was
the
ma-
maters.
Mater incest.
That's the Vordurban goats were just
Everything
wildly
has
intelligent.
just gone sideways with these.
Almost on a
maters.
humanoid level, leading to strange assumption.
Or maybe that makes sense. Ob 4 artifact wise. Oh, I still have to give you a consequence though. Do you want to join in on this consequence, Ada?
Do I want to join in? Well, I'm almost definitely going to fail that artifact-wise test.
Just
So.
also fail, and then I'll lump you into the consequence. Brother Wirt, you went in on this too?
Oh,
Oh wait, you already
I'm
did
already-
because you
I'm already
demons.
included. Yep.
Ragaire needs to
I'll
help
do
Ada.
mine
Oh, Ragaire
carefully,
needs to
at
help Ada.
least. Do you want to help, Ragaire?
Can I help you on your artifact wise?
Or you can just become a bird, fly away, and not participate in the consequence.
I'll
It's up
help.
to you. What are you gonna help with?
Sorcery wise, I can help you know if it's related to sorcery or if it's related to an artifact.
Yeah.
You get 2 for that.
Wow.
2. All right.
Sorcery
That's
is wise
sorcery
is
wise.
my best learned skill.
Really got leveled up. Oh, no 6s.
Oh, that's so rough.
Here you go.
So the
Give us the mater.
Verdorban goat, they were real goats. Like they were, and they were
Yeah, they were real
famous
goats.
because they were like large and like smarter than your average goats, and they were also, I don't know, like tasted better than normal goats because of their size. I don't know. But like if you took a Verdorban goat and you like took it somewhere else and like it had little goat babies, those goat babies were not Verdorban goats, which is why people thought that the rumor had something to do with this area. Like they were doing something to these goats here specifically. Ragaire, with your sorcery wise, you haven't seen many maters, but you've seen a lot of consequences of sorcery. These maters look like they were created with sorcery.
Yeah, I suspected as much.
And now for your consequence.
A mater stampede.
Ambush my maters.
Of course. You all are having this conversation and you start to hear some like rutting, like you hear scratching on the ground. And you look up and you see antlers. A group of maters they seem to be discussing you at the moment. They're confused by you.
We're confused by them.
Yeah, it's like mutual confusion. They're trying to figure out what is happening with you. They're not immediately aggressive.
I feel like Wirt should be the one to stand up and say something.
That's probably
We
wise.
come in peace.
Yeah,
To
not
the
like
maters.
hands up, like I'm making an offensive antler sign, but like hands out, like I'm showing
Uh-huh.
you I have nothing in my hands. We come in peace. We're not here to cause any harm.
I'm going
What?
up by Wirt, but not saying anything.
Yeah. I am Wirt. Who are you?
Who am I? They all like look behind them. They're like, what do you mean?
Are you named?
Name. We have none of those.
I see.
Do you have name, Naked Legs?
Wirt.
And now they're just like
Wirt's
invited
legs are
themselves
covered.
into your camp.
don't
Like
like
they're like
this at all.
looking around.
Ada
and
is
stuff.
like
They're just
looking.
sniffing. I feel like they're like
side-eyeing
sniffing.
They're
up a
sniffing
storm.
things. They just
Her
sorta-
hands on her hammer, and she's like, "I don't like this, guys."
I'm gonna ask one of them if it's ever seen a baiter.
No.
Hey, that's good. That's good.
I've also never seen you.
Huh?
What's wrong with your head?
Thank you.
That's a good question.
Yeah, can we establish like a common point of reference here? Just a way to talk and find like common ground.
Ada lifts up her shirt and she points to her belly and she points to their belly. Ripped abs on both. She says,
They
"Muscles
punch
good."
their bellies.
Yes. they start like
And then they
beating
sort
her.
of
She
get
starts-
real excited. You rile them up. They're very excitable. And then like one of them just sort of like punches your abs to see how strong they are. This, yeah.
Okay.
Well, one of them like picks up something and is like, it's like chucks it. I don't know, like maybe you had a log you were sitting on. They just pick it up and throw the log into the woods. They start like
Ada's bent over wheezing.
bleating.
They're bleeding.
They're moose. They can't bleed.
Their vocal cords are actually goat.
Wow.
It's very complex.
Vocal cords.
Really is
sort
some
of lovely.
complex anatomy happening
Yeah.
here.
The one that punched Ada says, you can call me Wirt. I like that name.
Okay, Wirt.
It's
Do you-
easy for me to say.
Wirt. Do you
Wirt.
have a leader?
Wirt is leader. Wirt has biggest antlers.
Very well. I am glad to meet you, Wirt.
One of the other ones says, no, I have biggest antlers. And then they start getting into a fight about who has the biggest antlers. Sometime in this fight, the other one also decides that it wants to be called Wirt. And so now you have two Wirts fighting over who has the biggest antlers. It's hard because each of them has one antler that's larger than their other antler, and they're using that one. But they're comparing it to the smaller of the other one. So they're just going in circles.
Wirt, you need to sort out this leadership problem that you've brought up, so that we can actually get useful information out of them.
Utilize your bureaucratic skills on these imbeciles.
Yeah. Can I impose electoral government
On the Maynards? This is a new campaign, Logan.
Sorry, you thought this was the end of the campaign? No, we're just bringing
This is just the
democracy
start.
everywhere.
Well,
Democratize the Maynards.
Yeah, I think Wirt is. He will play a neutral party on their political infighting, and maybe find another who wishes to be identified as Wirt, and ask
it's quite
them.
easy to convince one of them that it also wants to be called Wirt.
They're all Wirt. Wirt is just the new name for Mater. Hey, what do you guys how long have you lived here? What's up with this castle over there? How about that? What's the scuttlebutt on the area? What you got
Make
for me?
a check of some type. I would say. I guess, do you have any ideas before I come up with some?
I would say persuasion. I want to persuade them to tell me about their relationship to the geography of the area.
Okay.
You are just a very puny mater who got lost and now is coming back. And
I do
needs
not
to know.
try to associate myself with their culture. I don't want to insult them in that way. And that's not.
Ada does. Ada's still punching abs.
Yeah. Ada, you're doing your thing over there, but
I think Wirt deserves advantage for that.
Okay, we'll say persuasion. They're not incredibly wise, so we'll say ob 3.
I think I have followed all of the forms of etiquette for introducing yourself to a new culture.
Did you
Okay.
punch your abs?
You have. Our group
Okay.
has followed the forms of etiquette.
Okay, sure, yeah. I'll allow it.
So all 4
So Ada got punched.
Where'd it go? There it is. It's 3?
Yep.
There we go.
That's
Nice.
perfect. Yeah, so you've sort of calmed one of them down. It was the one who picked up a log and chucked it into the woods.
I compliment them on their log chucking. Good form, good strength, good
Time-honored
follow
skill.
through.
Yes. But then they sort of like look around for something else to chuck, and like in that moment you're able to grab their attention. And you like hand them a stick, and then they like take the stick, and then they try and throw it, and it doesn't go very far. And you sort of have their attention, and you sort of are able to talk to him and get information out of him. We'll play out that conversation now.
So, tell me about this castle.
Oh, the big house.
The big house,
castle,
yes, the
yes.
big
The
house.
ice palace.
Ice Palace, yes.
The queen lives there.
What is her name? Well, have you ever seen her?
Oh, yes. I think she goes by Wirt.
That makes sense.
Wirt thinks Wirt goes by Wirt.
Yes. What does she look like? Is she a wolf? Does she have?
She has naked legs.
She like me.
She has ugly head. She has
Ugly head like my ugly head?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Yes.
Ugly head. Small antlers.
But antlers.
No antlers.
No antlers. Okay.
She does big furs. She has sharp tooth, like that one.
Yes. Okay. Does she?
She has She works with King Moose.
King Moose. Who is King Moose?
Wirt?
Wirt is King Moose? Yeah. What? Tell me about King Moose.
King Moose. Beautiful hair legs. Give it
Mhm,
large rack antlers.
mhm.
No ugly head.
Right. No strong body?
Is he white?
No.
Okay.
He not made her. He moves.
Yes, he moves.
Yeah, Wirt moves.
What does he do for this queen?
So he in charge of us words.
Oh, I see. What does he tell you to do?
We find shiny in the snow. We keep non-maters out.
Mm-hmm. What kind of shiny?
Just a big shiny, sort of shiny with some shinies.
Long.
Uh
Shape like this, yes.
uh with
Thank you.
Metal? Is it? Ore? Metal ore?
I don't know. It could be literally anything made of metal.
It could
It could be
glass.
a kettle. It could be a sword.
Could be ice?
no, not ice.
Not ice.
No.
Hard.
You can't bite.
Can't bite. Okay. Good. So definitely metal.
I'm
Shiny
gonna
like
roll a
this, I hold
D6.
up the shield.
Just like a normal metal
Yeah.
shield.
Yeah,
Like, shiny?
like that.
Shiny, yeah. Well, no, not that. More with
I think it's metal ore.
Mm-hmm.
Where do they put the shiny?
The
Like,
surface
shi-
ore is hard
shiny-
to find.
Shiny with rocks.
not rock.
I think it's something
Shiny
with holes
with-
in it.
That has the shinies and it's just shiny. Through
This
playing
conversation
charades
going
with
Uh-huh.
with the mater,
Takes
you
45
suss
minutes.
out. Yeah, it takes a long time. It's sort of like it's describing like a bowl, like a metal bowl, with like some filigree on it.
Okay. Find
Hmm.
multiple?
And there are multiple of them that they've been finding.
No, they're
Oh.
just sent out to
Looking
find
for
one.
one.
Okay.
Okay.
A
Got it.
filigreed bowl.
King Moose
And
told
you
you
Don't
to
can
know why
sort
the
of
find
suss
that?
Duchess would
out-
want that.
That's what they
Unless
were
it's an artifact.
rummaging around in the snow. The ones that you
Mhm.
saw earlier. They were looking for this. They don't. They're not. They don't seem like they're doing a good job,
They're
and
doing
they
their
haven't found it.
Mhm.
They're doing the best that they're equipped to do.
Well, I think we need to find that filigree bowl.
How many words are there?
How are we
There's
gonna
probably like
find that
8
bowl?
words. Well, 9.
Oh,
'cause of your
are there
word.
more of them in the castle?
Oh, yes.
So we shouldn't try to kill every mater.
Yes. But alternatively, we can use them as a faction to rally.
Yeah.
How do Wirts feel about King Moose?
Are they
Oh.
rebellious?
No, them.
Are they
No, he has the
dissident?
biggest antlers, so they
Mhm,
do
mhm.
what he says.
What would you do if
we'll need
King
to
Moose
cut off his
didn't have the
antlers.
biggest antlers? Who would become new King Moose?
You reignite the argument between the two.
Okay. Yeah.
Word.
No, that's fine. That's fine. That tells us what we need to know.
How many full moons has one of them? I want to ask how old they are. How many full moons?
What is a full moon?
Up in the sky, big, shiny.
You through probably another 15 minutes of conversation, learn that they have not even experienced one full moon.
Okay.
Throughout all this time, they've
They're just
eaten quite a bit of your
babies.
food. One of them is sleeping in
What?
Ada's sleeping bag. They're
I didn't realize
just
we had any food.
like whatever you brought. Maybe you were cooking something over the fire. They just helped themselves.
Sure, yeah.
One of them sleeping on Ada's sleeping bag. They're just
I guess we're
making a right
maters now.
nuisance out of it. A
A
nuisance.
right nuisance. Oh yeah.
These moose are causing a nuisance.
These maters are causing a nuisance.
I mean, I would rather that than we have to fight them.
Then be
So,
raging at us? Yeah,
yeah.
definitely.
You have gathered that they are quite aggressive. Like
Mhm.
they're very volatile. I'll say that. Like in this, I don't know, 50 or an hour that they've been here, like maybe one of them's died in a fight, and like
Oh my god. Okay.
like small and like small insults just
Squabbles.
explode and like
Mhm.
they'll headbutt each other. It's just chaos.
Well, this sounds great.
One
I
of them
say-
tries to throw Ash. That mater doesn't survive, but they don't seem to really care.
Yeah. He picked a fight and he lost. That's fine.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Well. Is it possible for us to meet King Moose?
You have to come castle.
Yes, of course. That's fine.
Is it safe to visit castle? Wind
Why would
scary.
it not be? Oh. No. Walk through wind.
Walk through wind.
Wind not scary.
Winds look like wolves though.
One of them gets down. It's like, just look like wolf, not actually wolf.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wirt very smart.
Oh my god. Okay, well, group huddle. Do we
Yeah, I
wanna
think
have them
we
lead
let
us
them have
to-
some food and distract, and then we all come together.
Yeah.
Okay, first question: is it cannibalism to eat the haunches
Yes,
of a
yes.
mater?
No.
Do not eat
Yeah.
the mater.
I
They're
don't
different
know.
Species.
Certainly don't eat them if the others are still around.
Yeah.
Let's agree on that. We can discuss that issue later.
I don't know how they would feel about
I
that,
think
quite
we should
honestly.
find the bowl, the shiny. Because
To what? The
obviously the
bowl?
Duchess wants it.
Sure, the Duchess
How-
Or
wants it,
maybe the
but-
maters are a red
How are we gonna
herring.
find it?
Yeah, I mean, if there's however many sets of eyes out here looking for it, I don't know that we'll have better luck searching the wilderness for a filigreed bowl buried in the snow.
If the Duchess really wanted this bowl, she would come out and find it, not the maters, as evidenced by her looking for everything else in this goddamn valley.
Yeah, that is a good point,
Fair
Hazel.
point,
I mean,
fair
it could be helpful still to find it, but I don't know if it's a good use of our time. Also, I don't think we really have the element of surprise, but maybe at least speed is on our side. So
I
how
think
long will it
we
take
have
us
to
to find
walk.
it?
We just
Unless
have
we
to get
have
in
like
the castle.
a spell, or sorry, a ritual. What are we calling them again, Hazel?
Rituals.
We have a ritual that
Yeah.
might help.
No. But what I
Would
think
bird eyes help?
might help would be if the maters took us. Like they said that they're supposed to keep everybody out, but if we convince them that we belong in, then that's valuable because we won't get attacked by herds and herds of maters.
But then we also run the
I
risk
agree.
of them telling King Moose that we're here.
Okay,
The
I
more of
never
them that
met.
know about us.
What's this moose about?
It's Henry
It's
is
the most beautiful moose you've ever
Duchess's-
met.
He glows. He is majestic.
He's
But
magical.
it's just a
Maybe.
moose.
He's
He's
not just a
beauty and
moose.
he's
No.
grace.
He seems to be
He's not
some
just a moose.
summoned form of otherworldly power. Certainly kicks like one.
Okay, well, if if they take us to King Moose and tell King Moose, then we just kill King Moose. And then they'll all fight about who's the next King Moose, and they'll be out of our way.
What
Mhm.
if we chop off King Moose antlers?
That also works.
And then no
Chaos.
longer biggest antlers. We save Moose.
This works as well as any plan.
So
with
I
natives involved.
think the question is, do we let them return and we go about our way, or do we have them show us to where we need to go?
I think
On
that
the
Roll
one
a
hand,
d6, Connor.
oh boy.
they're just gonna be gone.
We
We're getting
should
out of here.
probably sleep. It's
Yeah,
part
on
of
the one
problem,
hand,
too.
we get rest. On the other hand, we lose potential for surprise. 2.
Who? Yes. Most of the maters have toddled off. Like,
Mhm.
maybe you have a couple, but you have, like, Wirt and Wirt are still here. But, like, the other ones got bored.
Wirt, and Wirt left.
Yes.
Yep.
So, like, I mean, they're not far. They're probably, like, while you guys are having this conversation is when they start to leave. So, like, you could try to go get them if you wanted to and corral them, but, like, they are
We could just follow behind them.
wandering
Or
off.
just convince the 2 words that are still here to stay here the night with us, because it's nighttime. And then we can go back and see King morning. Seem easily convinced, and I can help with that if need be.
Yeah. I'm more
Sure.
worried about the ones that are leaving right now. Either we should keep them all here, or we should separate from them entirely.
Oh, they are all named Wirt now.
Yes.
I see.
I think we should travel with them. I don't know. I think it's even chances either way.
Let's just go.
I
Is
say go
anybody
with the
actually
Wirts.
tired? I am, but
I'll say let's make fort checks.
Is anybody
Now that there's a
actually tired?
consequence of
I am.
needing to rest or not. So we'll say we'll just do Ob. What are your guys' forts? They're not that high, are
4.
they? Yeah. We'll do Ob 2 forts.
we get tax if we fail. I think that's good, and then we can decide how much tax worth it.
I don't know what that means. Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
I'm just
Fort
checking if I have a
5.
skill that
Okay, we're
Yeah, her
rerolling at 6.
fort's important
can't-
for her.
Pork skills into skills.
Okay, I
Nobody
get
wants-
a +1 advantage
Skills
to
into
fort test for
stats.
fatigue.
Nobody's forking
Wow,
anything
when
into
does
anything
that
else.
come up, Sarah?
Never.
What is
I
that
just looked it
from?
up.
Oh,
It's my
Sarah-
essence
Sarah
of
was looking
Earth
things up, so I was
trait.
Oh.
confused.
Wow.
Shh.
Oh, look, you made it.
Yes,
Wow.
Wirt succeeds.
None
We're
of
feeling
us are
Feeling
tired.
fine.
Wow.
You're feeling-
barely pulling through with
I
7.
barely
with
pulled it through,
7.
but I did it.
A win's a win.
You guys were feeling tired, and just the energy the maters brought really was rejuvenating.
Yeah, the punches.
It
Ada's going
really woke you
strong.
up, Ada.
Yeah, the blood is running, rushing. Okay,
Let's go follow those maters.
Get those maters to show us the way, or something.
Yeah,
I
let's
don't know.
let's convince Wirt and Wirt to join us and the rest of the Wirts.
They are along for the ride.
We travel off as a group of 9 Wirts, a dead Wirt, and 3 friends.
We're not bringing dead Wirt.
Edward.
There's
is
2 dead
There
words.
are two
There's
Well,
2 dead words.
Well,
Yeah.
one of the
Right.
one of them was named Wirt when they died. The other one hadn't taken on the name Wirt when he died.
But
We'll
they.
call him Greg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and you guys are
We
just
still dwarf.
We're going
toddling
into,
off.
We're going into
to-
the wolf wind to see the wizard.
Mhm.
Toddling. Just look like wolf, not actual wolf.
Yeah.
Important.
Yeah.
Let's just make it
Um,
clear to them we want to go and see Henry, right? Not just wander off into the distance.
Yeah.
Okay, great. We tell them take
I
us
mean,
to
we
Henry.
need to go to the palace either way.
Okay.
We
Yeah.
need to worship King Moose.
So they're like,
Oh,
King
We ask
Moose,
for
yeah.
Moose's blessing.
They're like, definitely, we gotta take you and introduce you to King Moose.
Yeah.
So they take you. As you guys approach the palace, you can see like a very large, sort of like there's an outer wall that just sort of like becomes part of the structure. Like there's not like a separated wall, but it is like fortified. It would be very hard to scale, especially with the winds get stronger the farther you go up. So like down on the ground, it's just like a normal wind, but it becomes sort of torrential the farther up you go. Down here, there's still like some of that like wolfy aspect to the mist, but it's not very strong. Like you're like, oh yeah, I could probably walk through this, no problem. Um, you pass a couple other maters. Like it seems like there's just groups wandering. Like some of them bleat in recognition of others. Like pointing at each other and bleeding. There's like you see up on the wall. Maybe there's groups of them patrolling. They're more of just sort of like walking around up there. Um, and you sort of get into there's a large portcullis gate that's open. It's like very ornate. It's like icicles are the portcullis bits. And inside you can just see like a rather large like courtyard. There are lifelike statues of non-maters, also called humans, around, just sort of like in various poses, made of what appears to be just solid ice. There is a very large statue made of ice of what you recognize as Henry in the center of this courtyard. That Henry is like, where would a moose hold something?
And its antlers.
That's a great question.
I would also say in his antlers.
Yeah, probably in his antlers. In his antlers, you see a large bull that is filigreed. It's not made of ice. It's an actual metal bull on the statue made of ice.
Okay.
The one they're looking for.
Presumably.
Presumably, this
Great.
is what has been described to you.
Great.
The maters are sort of like gathering around this statue. They're like talking to it. Like, this is like, they're like, King Moose! And they point at the statue.
He does have the biggest antlers.
Can
It's
Ada do it?
not a
And the
lifelike.
shiny.
It's not life size Henry. It's like
Extra big.
a large Henry.
Can we do a check on this bowl?
Yeah, I was gonna say our artifact girl probably might know about this bowl.
I can do an artifact wise check, or I was gonna say sorcery.
Either someone could help you with sorcery for your artifact wise.
I'll do that.
We'll say
That's more
op
fun.
4.
Get 2.
Can you help me with sorcery wise, Sarah?
I was gonna say I can help with sorcery wise. I think you also get to, as long as that doesn't conflict with sorcery.
I'll allow it.
While they are doing this, Wirt
Mhm.
would like to pay close attention to the rate of melting that's happened since we've entered the
It seems
portcullis.
to completely negate like when you pass the threshold into the palace, no more heat. It is just cold.
Did you say op 4, Logan?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Appraisal?
Christ. Oh, what?
Is it
Well,
the same.
I mean, artifact wise actually has an extra dice.
Oh, okay,
so
perfect. Well, you
I
can
did
either
fine.
re-roll it correctly or you can keep the 7.
I would rather keep the 7, I
Okay,
think.
perfect.
I would like extra information, please.
Yeah. You have okay, so this is sort of what it comes to you. You, Ragaire, with your sorcery wise,
Yeah.
have heard of whenever someone is making things like the maters, they've been sort of created by
Creatures.
sorcery.
Yeah.
That's pretty difficult and normally needs like a focus of some type
Mm-hmm.
to do so.
Mm-hmm.
Hazel, you look at this bowl and you can tell that it has been used rather recently. You can deduce to probably create the maters, but that is not what it was normally for, and it's sort
Okay.
of why it's gone horribly wrong, and they're not very smart.
Uh-huh.
The goat part of them is quite nice. It's the rest of them that's sort of fucked up. So you're like, this probably has something to do with goats.
Yeah.
Now Ada
Great
takes
goat
all this
artifact.
information, and she's like, this must be the bowl of the goats. The famous artifact. I thought it was just a rumor. No, it is the legendary Bowl of the Goats, which has been used now, by the Verdorben Goat Station to enlarge their goats and make them so prized. And that's
I'm so
sort
glad
of
my goat
corrupted.
station came to this. Why?
They said one Verdorben goat was worth its weight in gold.
Mhm.
And now we know why. They had a stranglehold on the goat market for a good reason. I can't believe the Duchess sullied this beautiful artifact with moose-related
Is it
paraphernalia.
continuously keeping them alive, or was it just used in their creation?
Popping out new maters
It
as we speak.
seems like it was just used in their creation. It's not like it's not
A
actively
machine
sustaining
fetus all
them.
over again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotta ask these questions.
You start to
Can't
see red.
destroy it. That's a priceless artifact. You could start a goat empire with that thing.
You're right. I could. Well,
Hazel tells you that it's probably been corrupted by its recent use.
Can only
could be
make
purified.
maters.
Think
We have
about the
Miracle
Mater
Boy
market.
over here.
The mater market.
You could corner the
Mater
Mater market.
so when they were
I
taking
think
us to
it's
King
already
Moose,
cornered.
this was the moose they're talking about. This statue,
Yes, this
not
they
Henry.
through another 20 minutes of conversation, you suss out this is not a likeness of King Moose. This is King Moose.
because he is creator god of.
Can we
And
still
the
cut off
bowl
his
that he's
antlers?
holding, they're like, this is like, we're looking for this bowl. It looks like this, the shiny up there.
You already have it.
Don't tell them that.
Got it.
Why are you looking for it?
This King Moose wants us to find it. Why else would he be holding it?
You're right. You're right
Right.
about that. You should keep looking.
No.
They're so smart.
They are.
So let's just go. We can cover this situation at a later date.
Will they let us leave? Do they seem to have the attention
Like to
spans?
leave out
To,
the way
like,
you came?
Wander? No, I
Mm.
mean wander through the palace, or investigate on our own.
There doesn't seem to be any exits from the courtyard. Like there's the one you came in, and then it's just sort of like the whole sort of bottom layer of this palace seems to be this garden. Like there's no further
There's
doors.
corridors or
Yeah, it's
stairs or
covered. Like you can
anything.
see the rest of it is up, but like there's
Mm.
no way to get up there.
Oh, I think this calls for a
Always a way.
situation.
Some of us can't claw our way.
I will establish that you are
Up
not big enough
buildings.
to carry any of them.
I wasn't gonna carry anybody. Brother Wirt, you got some rope?
Yes, of course, obviously. The rope
Great.
of Germain.
I hope it is a really long and strong rope.
Well, it's a holy artifact. We'll find out, I guess.
Great. My favorite thing is windows. I'm gonna fly up there with some rope and see if
Is established.
That's actually a true fact.
I tell no lies. I'm gonna fly up, see if there's a window that I can go through and tie a rope and let it down for everybody to climb up.
Yeah, so this whole area is the garden. Above it, there's like a ceiling that covers the whole thing. It's not like open to anything.
How
Around the
dare you create
outside,
a ceiling?
It was dark.
around the out, no, like the glass has like, or the ice has like. Remember how Henry's antlers
Yeah.
glowed? There's sort of some of that
Okay,
going
okay.
on, so it's pretty well lit. Around the outside, you can see there's like a walkway that is like if the entire second story was a balcony that just went around, like. So you can go along the wall and
A
up
wrap
onto the
around,
second floor. Yeah.
yeah, like a wrap around
That seems useful.
balcony.
It's like
Okay.
it's up there looking down onto this area while also
Okay.
sort of covering it.
She does have to protect herself from the army of raiders that she's created.
So there's not a window, but like you can still go up there.
Yeah, I
On the
will go
outside.
up. I will go up on the outside and throw down a rope.
Okay. Easy enough to do.
Great. Guys! And I like try to do it where the maters are not congregate, like in a shadowy corner or something where they're kind of
There's
king
a lot of
moose.
maters, and they're all sort of like you're drawing attention, so you're gonna have to make a roll if you want to do this unseen by mater eyes.
I think
When you wait, also roll a d6.
Only good
This is
things.
gonna be.
Only
this is
good.
gonna be so fun.
Only good things happen to me always, Logan.
Mhm.
mm,
When you turn into an eagle, it's like a switch has flipped in the mind of maters, and they just go berserk. Like you fly up, they are running at where you were standing. They're like trying to climb over each other to get up to you. Like they're throwing things at you. Like no longer docile, calm chaos. Like focused, intent destruction on you
On
as
eagle.
eagle. Just like
Great.
instant the moment you.
Well, I will use that. I mean, I'm assuming I have a few minutes to like throw down the rope or whatever, because they have to. It's hard to catch up with an eagle. Um, but I guess I could do a speed test to see if I do it in time.
like the
And
rest
the
of us
rest
could
of
use this
you-
as an opportunity to not be standing near them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you guys go somewhere else, and then I'll kind of like circle back to you to throw the rope.
Mm-hmm. But I don't think it's hard for you to avoid them by flying up because I can't really reach you. But the
Yeah.
rest of you, somebody make a check to negate the
I'll make a
stampede
power.
of maters. Okay.
I grab both of my friends by the scruff of their collars and I wrench them away from this sudden massive.
We'll do
beast.
Ob 4 as you sort of like grab a mater and like use it to shovel a path clear.
Oh, yes. I use it like a battering ram. Straighten them out, get those horns leveled, and start running. Okay. Ob 4, you said?
Yep.
I don't know what I thought was going to happen tonight, but it wasn't
Anyone
any
wanna
of
help?
this.
I
I
have
would love to
6,
help,
but-
but I don't know what with.
You didn't an-
Inconspicuous is my best option, I
You
think.
didn't anticipate mater?
No, I did not anticipate Mater.
I would help, but I'm an eagle.
I can
Yeah.
help
I guess
you with agility.
That works.
You don't have to grab me. I just get out of the way.
Yep, you
Just
follow
not-
behind.
Stats help stats,
Dodge.
right?
Yes.
Mm.
Get 2 from it.
5.
I mean, yeah, I guess
agility?
I'll help
Wow.
with perception and like point, hey, go over there. There's fewer in that area. We can batter through their defensive line. It's the best I got.
Sounds great. That should be.
Whew. Yep. So you're able to use a mater
Matering ram.
matering ram to a battering moose to sort of get them out of the way. And you guys just sort of, it's not very graceful. You just sort of like jump and get out of the way as they're beginning to like pile on themselves. Once Ragaire like disappears up top, they go back to being calm. There's a few fights of people who were like stepped on. But like once they can no longer see the eagle, they're no longer enraged. And you're just like that all happened in the span of like 15 seconds. It was just
Let's
a lot,
not
and
do
now
that
it's
again.
really not a lot.
Well, once we're up on the balcony, it should all be fine.
Yeah, hopefully.
I'm tossing you that rope.
Unless they have a
Wherever-
secret way to get back.
I've turned back into my elf self, I'm assuming, and I'm looking over and I'm tossing you the rope.
Okay.
You know, come. The rope of
Good.
Saint Germain.
You guys scray up the rope of Saint Germain.
I
And
never
you're
said
on-
Germain was a saint. You all
The
have
name
assumed
starts
The
with G.
the rope of Germain.
rope of Germain.
Name does start with a G.
Yep.
So does Glausman.
Yeah, that's the old saint letter. I had to change it. I don't remember
Yeah.
why.
After the great G to W shift.
Yeah. In the lexicon.
Yep. So you get up to the second, sort of the roof of the courtyard, and there are no baiters up here. It's less of a garden, like downstairs. There weren't really any plants, but you could ostensibly call it a garden. Up here, it's more of just like it's made of ice, but it looks like it should be stone. It's just like a little area. Looking at it, you begin to see like letters on the ground, like a big A, and then like a big G, and then a big W. Like they're sort of spread out. They don't look like they spell anything. Like they're not paired. It's not like a string of words or anything like that. It's just letters.
How many?
There is one of each.
Of each letter?
Yeah.
What?
And then sort of in the center
Alphabet soup.
there is a large, also made of ice, like thing sitting there. You can't really tell what it is from afar, but if you go up to it, it's like essentially like a big triangle box, and like it's open on top, and it's like you can look down and see the floor through it. And as you're sort of
Into the-
deciding what to do with that,
Yeah,
we'll take
yeah.
a break. And then you can ask me some clarifying questions off camera, and then we can come back with a good plan.
Jesus.
And we are back. And they will come up with a plan under pressure. What is your plan? We are standing on. So I'll clarify for the audience because they have figured it out. They're
was
standing on
confusing.
essentially a giant Ouija board, and this thing in the middle is a planchette. And they are trying to figure out what it does, whose name to put in, and what they expect to happen when they put a name on there, if anything.
Ada starts moving into C.
Let's drop the little glove down away so we know if it comes here or we go to it. If it's in,
I'll stand with the glove and Clotho over.
On the
and I'll
ground
put
at
it down.
least.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll put it down like right in front of me.
Okay.
off of the
So
Ouija
Ada
board.
pushes it carefully to C L O T H O.
Okay,
Alakazam.
perfect. Alakazam. Roll a d6.
Uh-oh.
Who wants to do that?
Oh, a 6.
Oh, you
Nice.
should put Dren also.
Oh. It's. I can't.
Do it, Ada.
Sure. Okay.
How many Clothos are there?
How many Clothos that we know?
So you do that, and sort of as you put the last letter down, the planchette begins to move back to the center of the room, sort of like on its own. It's spinning, and it points at Clotho.
Oh.
And then Clotho is like, just I don't know, he's humming a tune over there in his sock. He's like, I live in a club now. And then he just sort of like looks around, more confused than normal. And then he sort of stands up and he starts to like walk toward the planchette. He doesn't have to go far. You didn't leave
I'll
him
let
alone.
him do
He's
that.
waddling in his glove.
Yeah, he just sort of walks over there. And
He's
got out of the
hopping.
glove. Yeah. He just untied the glove. It wasn't keeping him in there at all. And then he just walks over to the planchette and he just sort of, once he gets there, he looks around. He's like, "Why did you move me over here?" And he starts accusing Ash of moving him.
Why does she want
think
this?
I think
So it
she's-
summons people.
I guess it summons people.
But it
Not
summons
like
people in a way
very
that they have to
mundane
walk.
summoning.
Yeah.
They're compelled to come up to here. I mean, if it covers, we don't know how far it goes.
But why does she want this? This is not useful.
Somebody.
I think that is limited by your imagination.
Yeah, okay.
If you
Let's
could
do it
compel
for
the king
Adelaide.
to walk here, that's going to
Oh.
disrupt things.
Why? Okay, sure. Don't you think that if she created this thing, that she would also create it to make herself immune?
You think?
Debatable.
I wouldn't have assumed it made people
Uh,
walk here. I
what
think
if
it's not
she
safe to
put
assume most
The
things.
world into
But
it, and
Henry-
then that's why the Great Suck's happening, is because everything is being sucked in.
Well, it seems
Everything's
highly
being
ineffective.
summoned.
She put the word. She spelled out world, all of it.
Everything.
Ragaire gonna start doing A for Adelaide.
Okay.
I don't
He's
think this is
commit
going to
to
work
it.
out in our favor, but
No.
sure.
No.
And then,
Okay,
you know what?
What if we
Somebody-
did door? What if we put an object?
Oh, yeah. Let's do more science.
Science part 2.
Perfect.
A space door.
Perfect.
Perfect.
As you are beginning to do that, Ash comes over to you,
Uh-huh.
Hazel. He sort of like gives you a look and then looks down at the ground. And you look down, and Clotho is now a little ice statue.
Oh,
Well, we didn't need him anyways.
I pick up ice statue, put it in back.
Wrap
in
him in
glove.
some cloth so he doesn't break. Okay. It freezes
that is.
people.
This is
This is
more
a s-
useful.
This is
More
a
useful
smiting,
suddenly.
a smiting Ouija board.
Why are we
Well,
not
will we
all?
get an
Why are
icy
we not
door?
all iced? I guess because she
I
doesn't
don't
think we're a
know.
threat.
That doesn't make.
Or it doesn't work.
We're
on
the
us for one reason.
closest thing to a threat she has, so. But hubris knows no bounds. Does she know our names?
Oh, first,
We
maybe
probably
not mine.
introduced ourselves.
You lived with her for how long?
What are you talking about? Me?
She
Yeah,
lived
didn't you
with the
spend time with the
consort.
Duchess?
No,
No, I thought. Okay, I'm just confused. Don't
not
mind
that
me.
you know of or that I know of.
And she has
Uh-oh.
multiple identities. It's very confusing which name would work.
There's a lot of there's a lot of amnesia going on here.
Amnesia. All right. Well, now that we know it freezes people, I'm gonna go back to A and do Adelaide.
Did the door
and
work?
There's no. Yeah, finish a door. You
A
already
door.
put in O,
You
so
put in a door.
Okay. My
The
order is
planchette
complete.
just returns to the middle of the room.
maybe a door somewhere is on its way. We'll never know.
It didn't point, so the other one shifted to point it close.
Oh,
As
right.
it moved, this just moved neutrally back to the middle.
At the very least, it would bring her here angry, and then we could fight her.
I was gonna say, like, if anybody is moving this, it shouldn't be you, because we need you to stab.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay. You want me to lie and wait? I mean, I don't know where she'll pop up. There are no
I
doors
mean,
here.
Ada
But
can do it, move it, probably. But what if it doesn't do anything? Or it just like alerts her. I mean, she probably knows we're here, but
I mean, I really don't think that she would have made herself vulnerable to the point, walk, and freeze mechanic.
yeah, I'm wondering what then is like the password to keep going up the castle. Could it be like her husband's name? I mean, it could be her name. One of her kids.
Wait, do you think that we can put in a word and have it open a door somewhere?
Put
so we
in
can
doll
continue upward?
fingers. Put it in.
Maybe.
I don't know.
I mean, if the person's already dead, they can't be summoned and frozen.
doll fingers.
Maybe. We didn't see any frozen bones. I'm assuming all those frozen people are real. I am
That's-
not
now
summoning
that
that
we've
cat.
seen the entirety of the spell
Mhm.
for Clotho,
Yeah.
Using sorcery wise, can we assess the purpose of this room? Is it just like, is it a lock? Is this like Ouija board situation just for smiting people? Is it a lock to get to like the next door? What's the magical function of this room? That's what I
Yeah,
would
you
wanna
could
do.
use you can do that as a check. If you want to do sorcery wise, it'll be a little bit higher of an odd because that's not super one-to-one
Sorcery.
information.
Okay.
I think you could do it because it is somewhat related to like the purpose of this thing. I would say if you wanted to do it with that skill, it would be ob 5.
Brother Wirt.
Is there a better skill that you think would be better?
Top 5.
Usually, I
Summoning
don't
wise.
like logic. No one probably has that.
No, we definitely don't operate on logic.
Abby's using
Um,
logic actively.
It doesn't have to be that, but like something along those
Mhm.
lines of like
Reasoning,
reasoning
deduction.
rather than just like knowing about sorcery.
Have rhetoric.
Well, none of us are good at that stuff, so.
Interrogation. Can I interest you in interrogating the Ouija board?
Ooh.
Okay, Ada starts moving and she
You
starts
step in
spelling
when
out
she
Adelaide.
starts interrogating. You spell out Adelaide, and it again neutrally moves back to the middle.
Yeah,
Well,
I
of
knew
course.
it. Brother
Okay.
Wirt. Brother Wirt. Where else have we seen statues of people?
The underwater abbey.
Yes. Great. What? They had parts of them that were real, but mostly were statues. But the Clotho now is just a statue, not real. But what if real Clotho did get teleported somewhere, like the underwater abbey, and now he's there, and this statue took his place in the real world?
Are
And
you
her
trying to assert that we all need to be teleported?
Maybe. But
Rather than frozen in ice forever and our quest permanently ruined.
I'm just saying it's an option. If ice is to
I'm
her,
saying it's too high of a risk.
I would say that the Duchess and the consort seem to have been directly opposed,
Yeah.
and for them to be using the same magic
makes sense.
does not make sense.
Why?
Why would they do the same thing if they're looking for different things and they want different things?
But it's not the same because it's ice.
Exactly, it's not the same. That's what I'm saying. Is it's not the same. Therefore, it's probably not translatable 1-to-1.
But okay.
What if we put in Henry? Ada puts in Henry.
And Henry moves neutrally back to the center.
Ugh.
See, they're not here. I think that means they're not here. Put in
That's
Clotho again.
not
Put it
what
in
that
again.
means.
Put it in again.
Clotho?
Put in Martine.
Clotho
Put in Martine.
moves neutrally back to the center. Martine points at Hochen.
Hopefully
See.
we'll have finished this by the time he gets here. Not that I care that much, but
Great. We're doing science. This is what science is. It's just trying stuff out.
do we have a hypothesis and a null hypothesis?
Okay. I will iterate what you have all done. Clotho, it pointed at Clotho and turned him into a statue. A door moved neutrally back to the center. Adelaide, neutrally to the center. Henry, neutrally to the center. Clotho, a second time, neutrally to a center.
Yes.
Martine pointed at Martine.
Mhm.
Put in
Yeah.
Alden.
Alden?
Yeah.
The planchette moves to the center and starts spinning wildly.
Okay, so it can't find Alden. What does this tell us about Alden?
Alden is everywhere. He's omnipotent and omniscient.
Clotho got
Omnipresent.
turned into ice
Yeah.
and then pointed to nothing, right?
Yes.
When we tried him a second time.
Yeah.
Henry pointed to nothing.
Yes.
Adelaide pointed to nothing.
Yeah.
They're made
What
out
does
of
that tell us
ice.
about? Yes. So
Ice. Ada starts spelling out ice.
no, that's not what I'm getting at. What I'm getting at is I think Adelaide might not be around anymore.
Ice moves back to the center without doing anything.
Ada starts spelling out Duchess.
Also moves back to the center.
Oh, fuck hell. Oh, I'm getting tired.
Can we
It only seems to target people that we know exist.
that have not been iced yet. Ragaire, can you perhaps scout out the building a bit more and see if there's another way to another floor, if there's any
Yeah, that's
other
what I was gonna say
entrances?
anyway. Yeah. Is there anything that in eagle form I can like fly out and reach like a new level or anything like that? Or is it totally
Yes, you
enclosed?
can No, this is not enclosed.
Okay.
There's still more building above you.
Okay.
Quite a
Alright.
bit more building above you. The only problem would be the wolf winds pick up the further from the ground you are, so it would be a little dangerous to fly around out there. Also, you'd have to contend with the enraged maters throwing things at you.
Are they
They're so
on the
far
upper
below.
floor? Are they on the upper floors?
No, but they're on like the wall of the lower floor, and like
Okay.
they're around.
Okay.
I'm not saying you're gonna get hit by anything, but they are gonna throw things at you.
Would it be easier for me to be in elf form to fight the winds and like scale my way up
I think
with
they would
the
both
rope
be difficult,
of?
but doable. Either's doable. They're just both going to be difficult in different ways.
All right. Well, I want to be an eagle then because eagles are more fun.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna eagle my way up, and I guess my idea is to want to find a way for everyone to get up. If that's untying the rope we used to get to the first floor and tying it to the next level, I'll do that. Or
Okay.
if it's I can unlock it from the get up and like unlock a door from the next level so they can go up, I'll do that too.
Okay. I will say we'll roll this as perception, but the difficulty will be rolled into the ob, so we'll make it ob 6.
I love it. Okay. and I've got 6 perception.
Oh, just get them all.
So I'll get them all. It'll be fine. I'll make it open-ended. Can I make stats open-ended?
You can't.
You can't. No.
If you roll a 6,
Wirt
you can.
Wirt can make it open-ended.
Oh, okay.
I don't. Maybe you have a song. I don't know anything about your songs, and it's only
No,
like
I don't have a song
episode
to make it up.
13.
I mean, I do
mean-
have a song, but it's for swords, so it's not helpful.
Sword.
Functionally, spending a fate is making a skill
Yes.
open-ended.
Yeah.
If you get a
But
6,
if
you
it-
can spend a fate. And make
It's
it
already
open.
open-ended. You can re-roll a traitor.
Yeah.
And you can't do that. On
I
top of
put
each
graves.
Ooh,
Wildly.
Other. Oh my
Graves, not our
God.
favorite man. He's spinny. He'll be safe. Okay, that's fine. I'll spend persona.
What if I break the chat?
Ooh. When in doubt,
I put
Grave.
Dana.
Dana.
Is dead.
Well, Dana's dead.
Yeah.
It spins wildly.
I also have a plus eagle eyes bonus. I don't know what that means. Can I apply that here?
That's a call on. So
Okay.
you can re-roll this if you fail.
I'll re-roll it. Okay, so then I'll just, I'm just gonna go for it. What else? What could go wrong?
do it carefully.
Nothing.
You said Dana is dead, right?
Yes, she's dead.
Yes, so it
She got her
spins.
head ripped off by a demon.
Yes, okay.
It spins? That was
Yeah.
unexpected.
I would like to re-roll all 3 of those
Yeah,
6s, please.
Okay, that checks out. I don't even have to ask you to spend your fate. You just do it.
You don't. So I'm spending a fate. Remaining, I have 2. Come on, I get a little buffered by the wind, and I regain my balance. I fly down, and I swoop back up, and I really hone my vision in.
No.
Oh.
But you still have the full reroll, right?
Oh, yeah. You still have your call on.
Oh
You
yeah, I
call
could
on still, yeah.
still do the call on.
But the call on could be worse. But it doesn't really matter if you fail.
Logan, I don't know. How is there is
Are you calling on?
Sure. Let's
I mean, the
do
call
it.
on's once per episode, so like you might as well do it. You're probably not going to do it
Okay.
later in the episode.
Yeah, okay.
For
So I'll
looking at things with your eyes.
do it again. I did have 1 persona rolled into that first roll.
Yes.
So I'll do that. And I'm really drawing deep. I almost
Yes.
get defeated. I think there is nothing left and that we're going to be stuck
You're
Ouijaing
dodging
forever.
snowballs. You're dodging icicles.
I'm dodging. I'm getting used to my eagle body and these winds, and I've adjusted, and I'm gonna totally kill it, and we are getting out. We gotta go to the next level.
Logan, they're mobiles. They're shaped like
They're snowballs, but they have a moose head.
You didn't go through. Let me try it again. It's moo balls. You guys just threw me off with the moo balls.
Ow!
Exact same.
2
2 6.
You
Two
could spend a
sixes.
fate.
Do I spend another fate?
No,
Does
you
this count
still
as
open
No.
it.
No,
it's the
this is
same
the same fate? Okay.
Same. So you
Yeah,
re-roll
then
them.
I will do it again. Moo balls cannot defeat me.
I don't like it.
I don't like it either.
Moo ball what? Moo ball who?
That's why it's funny.
Does it? I thrive under pressure. I got this.
No!
It's the exact same.
You thrive.
You
thrive.
thrive. Okay. You dodge Moobas left and right. You dodge wolves left and right. You're feeling your bird oats. You're gorgeous. You're flying. You're like, I'm gonna look down here. Bam! You get hit with a tree trunk out of nowhere. What the
Wirt, that was you, wasn't it?
they coordinated. The only time you've seen them work together, they all like three of them grabbed a tree trunk and did like a running start and threw it at you, and it just wallops you in the side, and you tumble to the ground, eagle down, and like hit the ground, come back into elf form. I'll say your consequence. Your elf body is not injured. Your eagle body is quite injured, and you cannot use your eagle form.
Did I see
For a
anything
couple
Is he
useful
on the
while I was
first
up
floor?
there? Okay, yeah, that too. Am I on the first floor or am I back on Ouija floor?
First floor.
Oh,
Did you see anything while you're up there? You saw like the building, like it has windows, but like they didn't look like they opened. And it didn't look like a normal building. Like something about the space wasn't working out in your head. Like it doesn't seem like it's just a normal building on the inside.
great.
Like it
And
was
there was
too
no
big, it
sign
was
of
too little.
movement or humans or anything.
There
like
was,
that.
but you didn't get a good look
Okay.
before the
Great.
tree trunk took you in the night.
I'm gonna dash off to where I left the rope dangling and scurry back up over to where that
That's
rope
fine.
is.
That's fine.
And climb back up.
The maters they're not enraged once you're no longer an eagle,
I'm
so.
no longer an eagle. I have nothing to do with an eagle. Eagle who?
Yep.
It
Never
went
heard of
that
her.
way.
This is my puzzle big brain move.
Okay.
I'm gonna put
Yep.
Wintertide.
Just moves back to the center.
Oh.
I'm gonna
I'm
put in
done.
top floor. Like an elevator. I would like floor number 13, please.
Okay, you do it. It moves back to the center. Ada's gone.
Yikes!
Top floor, top floor, top floor!
Yeah, hurriedly follow.
Okay, who's going first? You got to do it one at a time.
Ragaire, go.
You
Top
better
floor,
be
I'll do
quick
it.
about it.
Perfect. And then who?
Me.
Perfect. It's easy to spell top floor as you guys are doing it. Ada, you finish it, and then you just like feel like you're getting squeezed through a cold tube. It's just like if you dove into like water that was freezing, but like you're not wet. It's just like you're being squeezed. And then you just sort of land on like a rather nice room. It's like like there's a balcony. You can tell you're sort of at the top. You can like look and see all of the tower below you. The wind right outside this balcony is horrid. It's just like if you step outside, you think you're gonna get sucked away. It's essentially like a tornado up here. But inside, it's nice. There's like a little like lounge. Like you can see like there's a cup like someone was up here earlier. It's rather pleasant at the moment.
And there's no one immediately within my view.
No.
Okay.
You have a couple of moments, we'll say.
Yeah, I was gonna say Ada looks around for a bit, but otherwise she just sort of stays put and
Then-
is like, someone will figure out what I did.
And then Ragaire shows up.
Nice.
You did it!
I smart.
You smart.
Big moose brain.
Big moose brain.
I made a note down. It's not real planchette. It's just
It's
puzzle.
not real.
Not real.
Okay,
It-
and then
Elevator and killer.
all five of you are up here.
Perfect.
Oh gosh. Okay.
We're in Yubaba's
Yeah.
penthouse.
Are we in a?
I know, yeah.
Oh God, we are. Is there any way out of this room?
In the middle of the room, there's just like a mini planchette. It doesn't have the whole board. It's just like a gauge almost. And right now it's like pointed at the very right.
Okay.
And there's nothing on that gauge. It's just right or left.
It's like tick marks.
How many?
Like 50.
I say we just dial it the other way. Dial it back. Turn down the wind.
What if
Turn
we
down
hold
winter.
each other's
Just
hands?
simply turn. You found the control for winter. You just turn it off.
I would like to roll dial wise and decide that this
winter
is the dial for winter, and I want to dial it back.
Winter's at a 50 right now. We're looking for a 0.
Yeah, and the cup, like, what is it? Oh, is it like wine? Is it like a hot beverage?
It's like a hot mulled wine.
And it's
tepid.
still-
It's tepid.
but it's not.
It's not ice
So
cold.
it's
It's not
kind of
frozen.
fresh.
Yeah.
Okay. That didn't help. It's turned all the way to right, and there's no markings on these ticks. They're numbers.
There's no numbers. It's just ticks.
I think we should do at least one tick.
Ada just ticks it one over.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are we all holding hands? Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we all have our
Sure.
hands on the dial and
Like
we all
an
On the
take it
actual
dial at the
once.
Ouija
same time.
board.
Okay, yeah. I like this.
Okay. Perfect. That same sensation washes over you, and then you land in a different room. The
All
wind
of us?
outside is still, yeah, all of you at once.
Perfect.
The wind outside is still pretty bad. You like can look and you can sort of tell that you're a floor below where you just were. This room is
So it's like an elevator dial, we're assuming, kind of the idea. Okay,
Mhm.
great.
this room. We'll say this one has like a nice hot tub in it. Like it's just like a nice little spa room.
I mean,
Should
just
we
keep
just
our
wait
hands
for
on
her
the
here?
dial and just keep turning it until we find her.
I don't like this, but it's all we've got.
Yeah. We're just
zooming
going on
through
a tour
rooms
of the
like
castle.
Duchess. Henry? Anyone?
Going down one more.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I guess. If she's not at the top floor, what is she doing? Honestly.
Okay. You go down one more floor. Same sensation. This time you are in like a kitchen of sorts. There's a lot happening in this room. There are maiders running around. Like one of them has a little chef hat on. They're all wearing aprons. They are trying to cook things, but like it's not really working. Like some of the pots are empty and they're stirring them. Like one of them has the pot upside down on the stove and it's banging it. Like there's food on the ground. It's not
Next
going well,
floor!
but you can tell they're trying
Graves,
to cook.
Graves would be appalled. All right,
Next floor?
Next floor.
Yeah, next
Okay.
floor. Well,
Next
unless we want to ask. Wait, do we want to ask them where the queen is?
They're not gonna know.
They might.
We can
Okay.
just go back up if we don't find her on the next few floors.
Yeah, we
You
know
go.
which
You
one
wait.
it is.
Okay. So are you staying or are you going down?
Going down.
Down. Down.
Okay.
Down we go.
You go down. This floor is different in that it doesn't seem like a floor. You're no longer in a building. You're just sort of like on a nice like expanse. Like you're not in a building. Like it looks like you're outside.
Oh, perfect.
You're on like a frozen, as far as you can tell, like maybe a pond or something, but like it extends pretty far out. There's no planchette.
Uh-oh.
You're just like out somewhere. You hear like
Clomping.
stomping.
This Henry's field of joys.
Do we
You look up in a
recognize
distance.
I look around.
the hoof
You
beats?
see a moose pulling a sled, charging Brother Wirt in anger. Was he? Were you who
Yeah.
Henry kicked earlier? Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So you see anger in this moose's eyes.
Is
Great.
there anyone in the sleigh?
No, the sleigh's empty.
Who's got to speak with?
Next floor!
There's no
None, I
planchette.
know.
There's no planchette.
Henry, wait.
Henry's a ways off. He's probably like,
Okay.
I don't know, a good. He's gonna be here in like a minute.
Oh god, he's very far away.
This is
Okay.
this is not a room. Like I said, this you feel like you're outside.
I think Henry will take us to the Duchess.
I mean,
Why not?
voluntarily, I don't know. They seem to actually like each other. Maybe the planchette is on the sleigh?
Oh, that's a good
It's the
call.
best I
Ooh,
got.
good idea.
Yeah.
It's the only other place to be. I think we should get in the sleigh. And try not to get trampled.
Yes, we should
Yeah.
100% get in the sleigh. I'm
Please,
sure-
everybody give me your like quick tips for how to dodge a charging bull moose.
Mhm.
Get out of the way.
Okay.
It's all in the
Duck and
footwork.
roll.
It's all in the footwork where
and
you
roll,
got
okay.
this.
Mhm.
I like do a couple practice dives off to
Yeah.
the side.
I guess so. We'll say even from a mile
Still in the
away-
distance.
Yeah. A mile away, you can tell that Henry's.
This
Hold on to
moose is
you.
moving 60 miles an hour.
I think that's well within the realm of possibility.
Purview of a moose.
For
Yeah.
magic moose, sure, anything can
An
happen.
angry
Um,
magic
God.
moose.
If
So
Ragaire can be
if you were
120
getting
pound eagle-
inside the sleigh, it would be hardest for you, Brother Wirt, because the
Uh-huh.
others are not being singled out. So
Yep.
if you can make a check and succeed, that means everyone else has succeeded.
What I am saying is Wirt is a distraction and dives to the side. Other people jump onto the sleigh.
Yes, but then Brother Wirt still has to get into the sleigh.
Yeah.
It is gonna
But
would
we-
swing an arm out and grab him.
Yeah, at least you know
Okay.
then we've got ways to help, and or we can decide if it's just an empty sleigh. Maybe we don't care about this.
We
Okay.
find another rope, tie it to
Okay.
Brother Wirt.
You've left
Wirt is
the rope of
Jermaine.
Germain.
Mhm.
Yeah,
But there could
Okay.
be another one.
there could be another one. The rope of Wormain.
That's a newer rope.
It is. It is.
Okay,
Far more
so what would you
mundane.
like to roll?
Better
Brother Wirt?
condition, but less
well,
character.
First, Wirt would like to roll aid to.
Okay.
I assume this will be what an agility test to
Yeah,
dive.
that makes sense.
Yeah. So aid for agility. We'll start with that.
Yep.
Can us like pulling him or getting him into the sleigh, can that count as help?
I was gonna say,
Okay,
yeah,
'cause
like
I was-
that's give me
You
your
would,
tip.
yeah, but
I
you'll
was
help
gonna
him on
say,
the
I would-
actual roll. This is
I would
his aid.
help with power. Oh, this is aid. Yeah, sorry, I forgot. Whoops. Got ahead of myself.
Roll 27, a rough night.
It just was not
I know, yeah, it
anticipating
didn't-
I
Mater.
can't handle the moose.
It
and
was
the
like
Can't
maters.
handle the
two-
Mater.
How do I calculate maters?
Okay.
good-
I
Nice.
successfully aid
Nice.
myself plus 1d to
We'll call it
agility.
Ob.
Actually, I'm going to
Four.
go ahead and spend a fate too to reroll a traitor.
Yeah.
Okay.
Might as well.
Okay, so plus
Nice.
2 dice. Ob 4 agility.
Yep.
With advantage from power from Ada. Is that what we're
Yeah,
saying?
I'll give you 2 help with the power.
Oh, 2 help. Nice. And then anybody else with the duck and roll, light on your feet help? Does that give me any
Um,
advantage, help, etc.?
Can I help you with speed?
Maybe you like help shove him out the way. Like
Yeah.
he's rolling, he's
Yeah.
starting to roll, but he's moving
And
too
it's
slow. And you're like,
icy.
"Move!"
It's an icy.
He can't get the
it's an
timing
icy
right.
thing. So I push him, and he slides.
Mm-hmm.
Just far enough,
Okay.
and he's
okay.
faster. That'll
That's
be.
1 die. Oh, 2 die?
I have 7. Is that 2?
That's
Wow.
Yes.
Panda's
Oh my god,
loading you up.
amazing.
Ash sits by and watches with
Yeah,
Nice
him.
I
ob.
also do.
What, Logan? 4? Oh, yes.
So, um, yeah. So, how do you help Ada? You help when you're in the sleigh. You like power getting in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
I get in the sleigh. I think we all like. I think we get a little ways away
Yeah.
from where it maybe,
I
and it's like
like to be
when
positioned so that I'm ahead of you, or like I'm further away from him than you
Mhm.
guys. So
Right.
you guys are behind him once he passes you. You all jump up onto the sleigh, and then I dive to the left
Mhm.
as he comes by, and then like Ada sticks her hand out and then like
yeah, I like
swings me
hook an
around.
arm out.
Yeah.
I'm like hanging on to Ragaire, so I'm really far out,
Yeah.
and I
Mhm.
pull Wirt in.
Okay. Perfect. That all happens.
It was all super cool.
It was-
It was pretty super cool. There's some maters on the side. They hold up 10.
Where do they keep coming from?
There's gentle applause.
Golf claps.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah,
A perfect
yeah,
landing.
Yeah. You see, this was the. It was rather difficult maneuver. You had to dump to the side and then jump onto the plane.
Perfectly
This
executed.
is Wirt's first year in the international sleigh boarding.
He's real up and coming in the sport. And you're in the sleigh, and there's a planchette.
Wow.
We're going down.
Oh my gosh,
I'm
are we gonna have
yelling
to do this
timber.
50 times?
Are you just going
3, 2,
down, or are
1.
you starting to pick it random?
Down.
No,
Down?
we have
How
to be
many? There's
methodical.
50.
There's like a 50 plus.
Yeah.
We have to just
It
keep
has
going
to.
down, or else
Back?
we'll lose track of which ones we've been to.
Unless we go back to the cooks.
No, we're gonna try a couple more, and then we'll go back.
There were maters on this floor too. There'll be maters on other floors.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Matery.
Maybe
Maybe.
maters.
You go to the next floor.
Yeah.
Again, the planchette is not where
There.
you are.
Of course.
You're
not.
standing on. You're in a huge room. Like, it is probably 200 feet tall. Like, it is a massive room.
Love that for us.
The floor is like soft and like a little stringy, and like you are starting to get your bearings, and the room is like there's like a deep bass shaking that is happening.
Do we see any objects? Do we see any?
Do we smell
yeah.
anything?
Is there light?
It's light. It's like it. You eventually you sort of decide what you're looking at, and this is a normal living room, like made of wood. You're standing on a carpet. You are just very, very small. And the deep bass rumbling turns into a deep bass purring. And you swing around and you see
Oh,
like
fingers.
there are biscuits being made as a giant cat is like currently purring a little bit, and you see it sort of begins to open its eyes as it is taking notice of you.
Where are we? What is going on?
We are in Yubaba's castle.
Where's the thing?
Probably
planchette?
on the table, on the coffee table.
Is the cat sitting on like a cat mat? Where is the cat in
Yeah,
in
it's
relation?
sort of curled up on a little bed, a little
Okay.
cushion.
Hide! And it like grabs people and tries to get behind, I don't know, like the leg of a chair or something.
Make an inconspicuous check.
Can I make stealthy?
Yeah, stealthy works too. I'll say ob 3.
Anybody want to help?
Just for flavor, is this actually doll fingers or is this a different cat?
You see, it has a collar that looks like the collar that you saw earlier.
Lovely. I would only want it to be doll fingers. I can help you with stealthy. You can have 2.
I can help with inconspicuous.
Don't mind me, I'm just a bug over here.
It's +2 for me as well.
That works too. How many is that?
4 total.
4 total.
That will hopefully be enough. Ooh. those 6s. I'll spend the
Oh,
fate.
oh, spend that fate. You can do it. You can't do it.
Okay. So your consequence is Dollfingers is awake and has noticed you, and it looks playful. And further, you notice on its collar, you see just a little planchette charm dangling. But Dollfingers gets up, stretches, like arches its back, and then like hones in on you, Ada, and is like walking over, like be like, "What's this new fun toy?"
Ada, distract it.
Um,
I got it. I got this. No
You
problem.
got
I
it?
got it.
I was gonna say I could try and shoot it with my bow.
Your bow's tiny. It's not gonna do shit.
It's a
What
very
are you
tiny
gonna
bow.
do?
Better
Miss
things than a
Ritual.
bow.
White lightning.
I'll say there's time for one person to make one check before Dollfingers gets Ada.
Well, if Dollfingers is just going after Ada, what I was thinking I would do was touch Dollfingers and cast a spell.
Okay, yeah.
That
could be
easy?
the one check. I mean, the cat looks intent on touching you, so you can probably touch it
Yeah,
back.
yeah. Okay,
Great.
I'll do that.
Okay, perfect. We'll say you can touch it. No, that's fine. You don't have to make your like whatever one odd check. That's dumb. What spell would you like to cast?
Havoc's hand.
Pray tell, what does Havoc's hand do?
What does
It
that do?
hurts.
It hurts.
Yeah.
You're hurting the Dollfingers. That's sad.
Oh, sad. Dollfingers sad.
I don't know. I don't think it's a good cat.
Oh, rude. Okay. Havoc's hand. Okay. 3 carrot.
Yep, which just means that, like, yeah, it's fine. I think I
Okay.
can spend extra successes to increase the die of fate. I think that's what that means.
Perfect. We're just gonna call this an 4 to hurt the cat, dissuade it from chewing on Ada.
My intent is to kill the cat.
Oh. I think that would be a rather hard. It is a giant cat. But
Does magic care about size?
I'll say 4 will hurt it enough so that it will not eat Ada. If you want to actually kill it, say you have to get at least 10 successes.
Really? Really? I can do a B13 wound. Okay, that's fine.
Well,
Up
a
4,
B13 does
whatever.
kill a lot of things.
It kills most things.
Yeah, but don't you have to roll a good die of fate for that?
That.
Logan, while they're thinking about this,
Mhm.
I don't think there's much thinking going.
while they're thinking about this, oh, go ahead, Abby.
I'm gonna fork in astrology, but I'm gonna roll it after. That's all.
Yeah,
Okay.
perfect.
Uh-oh. Oh, nice.
Oh,
You
5
got 2
successes.
6s.
Oh. I mean, it's
Oh.
already open.
Why?
It's
It should
already
already be
open-ended.
open-ended.
Yeah, it is. Okay. What were you just saying, Sarah?
I'm gonna bring us back to my roots. I'm gonna bring us back to the idea of.
I'm so scared about what you're about to say. I have no idea.
Nothing good.
Air of gates on the planchette. I'm gonna argue that the
Ooh.
planchette is a door or a
Mhm.
gate,
I like that.
Yeah,
so
that's
that
good.
we can see what lies beyond and choose the correct level.
Yeah, that's good.
I will say yes, you can do that. Probably you'll need a more controlled setting.
Yeah, so like we'll get away from Dollfingers, and hopefully next
Yes.
level is like more calm, and we can do that.
Okay, perfect. So you static zap this kitty on the nose as it's reaching for Ada. It like recoils a little bit. You see the planchette dangling on its collar. It is a little dazed and recovering at the moment, so it's not actively eating Ada. The planchette is just out of
Ragaire, move the planchette.
I want to jump to do the planchette, but I want us all to be connected hand to hand. So like, and I'm gonna move it down a turn.
Okay.
That'll be what I do.
I'll say yes, you can do that, but you're not gonna have the. It's gonna be hard to just move it one. You could easily just like turn it and get away, but you
Yeah,
wouldn't
I
know
don't
what
care.
floor you're on.
Yeah, just
Or you could make a check to try and do just one.
Can I suggest turn it up? So we're going upwards to places that we already know we've been.
Sure. Yeah, I'll just jump and turn it up so that
Okay,
we
All the
know
way up.
Yeah,
where
you
we're
can
going.
retch it all the way to the top. Okay,
Yeah.
that's fine. You do that. You guys are now back on the top with the lounge chair and the cup of tea.
What
The
a
Okay,
cup,
we need a
the
crazy-
better
cup of
plan.
wine is now empty.
Distressing.
This lady.
She can just move wherever she wants, and we're playing games.
Oh, this is the perfect controlled setting, though.
This is the
Yeah.
perfect control setting. I want to do Air of Gates, and I want to find out where. I mean, we want to know where the Duchess is, right? That's essentially where we're going for here.
Yes.
Tell me, planchette door, what
Yeah,
lies beyond?
You
Where's
have
the
to
Duchess?
cast Air of Gates. What
I
is
get
the
to-
Is
what is-
this a fortress, a castle,
Oh.
a city, gates of the realm?
Gates of
don't
the
know.
realm.
I don't know.
We'll call it fortress. Ob 5.
Great, love that for me.
Spend your deed
Um,
on this. That'd be great.
Then we have nothing to fight her with.
We have no deeds for fighting, yeah. Well, I mean, I have deeds, but I'm not that good at fighting.
Yet you are the most aggressive.
Oh, when the fighting involves just punching, I'm pretty good at it.
I'm gonna spend a persona.
I
Okay.
think Ragaire's quite aggressive. Okay.
I think I have time to do it carefully now that we're in a controlled setting.
Yes.
It's open-ended because it's a spell song.
Mhm,
Sure,
mhm.
great. This will be fine. I love everything about this
Whisper
castle.
sweet words.
I whisper sweet words. I'm like, oh, dear Planchette, I'm sure you have stories to tell, most magical Planchette, oh wise spirit of the door and the gateway. Take us to your mistress, the queen of the castle, Adelaide, also known as the Duchess.
Nice.
Wow.
I did it! I can't believe I did
Nice.
Amazing.
Nice. Sweet words.
I got another. I went up a level in Air of Gates.
Nice.
so long.
Okay. The planchette, a little face forms on it.
Yes. Oh, yes.
And you ask it what lies beyond. And it says, I don't have a fun riddle for you this time. I wasn't expecting Air of Gates on the planchette.
Who was?
It just says, okay, you win this time. It's door number 35.
clever,
Now leave me
clever
alone.
use. Yeah, it says, it'll say, where do you want to go?
To find the Duchess, and Duchess also known as Adelaide.
Okay. And it like starts just turning.
We're all
Everybody
holding hands.
Quickly grab hands, yeah.
Okay. It just turns, I don't know, maybe toward the bottom. Maybe it was like the second one from the bottom.
Oh my
Ugh,
god.
Great.
Of course.
Love it.
Great.
It like goes all the way to the bottom and then it slowly like ding.
You all then get that sensation and you appear in what appears to be a massive throne room. there's pillars made of ice. There's like this giant like red carpet that's sort of made of like different types of fur that are just sort of like woven together. And there's like sconces with fire that's not melting. You see up on the throne is one duchess just sort of lounging, sipping a little teacup of mulled wine. Says, "Are you done trampsing around my palace?"
What a bitch.
We are now.
You're right, Wirt. You could have just summoned us.
But it was so fun watching you. It
All
was
right,
quite
that's it.
clever. I wondered how long it would take you to figure out that planchette. I thought that was such a fun idea. I didn't expect you to figure it out, Ada.
Big moose brain. Made her
Big moose.
show Ada very smart.
Big moose moves.
Wolves, big lie.
Duchess, you need to stop winter and stop it now.
That was
I-
very convincing, Rick.
That was just a very convincing argument. Let me consider it.
Big moose brain.
What is your game? All the people in your realm are dying. You win nothing from this eternal winter.
I've had a rather good time.
Have you?
Power for a destroyed realm. What are you
I mean,
gonna
it
do? Take
seems-
over the kingdom?
Were those
You rule over
creatures-
imbeciles? I mean, you already
Yeah.
rule over imbeciles, but
what has
these.
changed for me? Nothing.
Yeah.
You met Martine. Have you met anyone in this valley?
They
who
can't
is-
even cook, okay? Let's at least say that much.
Oh, did they find their way to the kitchen? I thought I left them out of there.
Oh, they're there. They're also digging around outside your castle.
Oh, yes, they are trying to find the bull that's in front of them. Anyway, I did want to thank you for taking out that beastie earlier. He was a really rude person. I was searching for him for such some time, and little did I know you guys would solve that problem for me. What was his name? The consort or whatever he was going by these days.
Are you actually even strong enough to deal with the consort?
Yes.
Apparently not.
I don't think that's true because you couldn't even find him.
Yes, he was hiding from me.
We literally had to get interceded with by a goddess to get rid of it.
Well, hopefully she's still helping you.
Are your hands still weeping blood? Word.
Let's cry, bitch.
Dicky.
Icky. Yeah, I feel like Ragaire's gonna unsheath the sword.
You see, she reacts to that a little bit. She was not fully expecting that. But she it's very brief. She covers it immediately. She says, "Oh, so you found that poor trinket, a poor excuse for a sword."
We did
Nothing
not
quite
find it.
Don't
We
talk about our
forged
child
it.
that way.
Oh, you forged it. Well,
And
then
we're
it's probably
very proud of her.
even worse than it could have been. It's the weaker of the two. I thought you should know that.
You would
It's-
say that, wouldn't you?
Yeah, probably.
There's no weaker season.
She gestures broadly. It kind of fooled me.
You've simply been unopposed. And now we're opposing.
Oppose this bitch. I'm gonna stab her.
We will start extended trouble.
I will start the extended trouble with my war cry of oppose this bitch.
To go down in infamy within all of Tudum.
Okay. So
I would
Sarah
like to
has made it quite clear what she would like to do. So we're going to do this sort of things from the flood style. So we're going to do it extended treble. So they each are going to contribute something somehow, and I will set a rather difficult high ob, and then the aggregate of all of theirs has to exceed that. Can they spend extra things? We'll say you can spend deeds for extra successes.
What about call on traits? Call on rerolls.
Yes,
Okay.
they have to be applicable. Otherwise, you use them as a normal skill. So, Sarah probably is rolling swords. Is that correct?
Yeah. I want
Okay.
to stab.
I will say this will be. Let me come up with the ob. This is a fine art of. Sometimes I said it's so easy and you guys fail, and sometimes I'm like 35 and you're like, we rolled 42.
Mm.
Yep.
Yeah, that's never happened.
Maybe don't do 35.
No.
10
We'll
is
do,
challenging for 2 people, so
yeah. I think we will do 20.
you're gonna go over 20.
I said 20.
20 total for all of us.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay.
So, Sarah's rolling swords.
Ash and I are gonna cast Eldritch Shield.
Okay.
Wirt is going to pray in. If we were doing combat, he would be praying for hindrance.
Mhm.
But he's just going to pray, right? And we get whatever the faith
Yes.
roll is.
Yeah, I think that makes the most sense.
Yeah.
What are you doing, Ada?
Ada cast.
Because big talk,
Ada-
no follow through.
Ada casts her highest level skill, which is tracking.
Like, I'm right here, bitch. You don't need to track me.
Ada casts
Power?
Ada casts power.
Also, Wirt
Um,
casts fist.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, the fighter casts fist, and
I will say this, Ada. This is an idea. So you have forged one of these swords, so you are very familiar with how they work. So like you
Mhm.
can take that approach of like you just have knowledge of her sword that maybe she doesn't even have.
I was thinking about that. I was thinking perception maybe, to try and find a weakness,
And she doesn't have the
or
sheath.
I could do artifact wise. Oh, we do still have the sheath.
I think perception's a little too general. Maybe something a little more specific.
Well, I said artifact wise.
Yeah, I think artifact wise
Or
would work perfectly.
blacksmithing. I'll do
Both of
blacksmith.
those.
I cast blacksmithing.
Perfect.
I will use a deed on that.
Okay. So let's. I think we'll end with you, Sarah. I think that yours is the most definitive
Yeah.
outcome.
Do I get any bonus for using the Sword of Summer at all? Just as a aside.
We'll decide. I think
Okay.
it negates
Depending
all
on the
of
rolls.
hers. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I think we start with Eldritch Shield.
Yeah, sure.
So what does that look like narratively?
Um,
And like your ideal outcome, what is the effect
in
of
the
it?
ideal outcome, I was thinking about this, and I think that the spell gets cast
Mm-hmm.
like how they cast Whitefire all so long ago. Hazel is talking, and Ash is making like hand gestures and like fluid movements. And the shield like sets on everyone because it can cover other people other than the caster. And it like you start smelling like burnt hair and the hair on the back of your neck stands up and it gets like worse and worse and worse, more and more intense, and it feels like it takes forever, but in a moment it's all gone, and then there's like a blue and red shimmer.
Nice. Love that. Okay. Make your roll.
So cool.
We'll do this. So like Abby's gonna do everything Abby wants to do, and once she's done, she's locked in her amount of successes she's contributing.
Yeah. Cool.
Okay. I have 4K in astrology,
Yes.
and
She's painted some stars on the ceiling. Really come back to haunt her.
She
Put
thought
a
she was gonna
fake
use
night
them.
sky in the in the ceiling.
And do I get help from Ash?
Yes, he'll add 2.
That's 3 for that. I'll spend 2 persona. Six.
Nice.
And I'll spend a fate to reroll a traitor.
Okay.
Nope.
Okay. So 6. Are you locking that in? Okay.
Ain't
Perfect.
nothing else I can do.
It's pretty
Ain't
darn
nothing
good.
else you can do. Okay. Let's see. Who's next? Probably Brother Wirt.
Okay, so Wirt takes his bloody hands,
His bloody
Right.
hand.
and as he prays for this stalling, this moment of hesitation in the Duchess, he slams them on the ground, and like tendrils of blood shoot through the ice on the floor
Ooh.
and like melt the ice at her feet, and she sinks into the ground a couple of inches, and then it refreezes. So she just has like
Mm.
these bloody claws that are grabbing her feet and holding her in place.
Nice. Are you spending things?
I'm spending 1 persona.
No.
I'm gonna re-roll a traitor with a fate. Or actually, yes, yeah, re-roll a traitor with a fate. Okay, so 4. 10 total.
It's okay. Together,
Halfway
you and
there.
I are pulling our weight.
Yeah, you're
We
pulling
did
your
it.
weight.
Now it's on them to screw it up.
They
Okay.
have deeds. They're fine.
Okay. Ada, you're up.
Okay. Ada, I think Ragaire's like running towards the Duchess as this is happening. And Ada yells out after her, and she's like, "Remember, Ragaire, the tones, the sounds, the singing. There's a song for each sword. When we forge them, sing the song of the summer." And Ada starts like beating out, like hammering out the tone, like both the pace that she used when she forged this new sword, and then also she's like found in the ice where the tone will match the singing. So she's almost like beating out like a war song of when she forged the sword.
I feel like you got like the resonant point in the ice too, so it's like
Yeah.
crystal.
Mhm.
You don't even
Yeah.
know it, but you just copy and pasted Brando Sando finale of his.
What a hack. TM 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 TM. I copyrighted it first.
Brando Sando, don't come for us. May the spirit of Brando Sando be with us.
Okay, and you're rolling blacksmithing?
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh.
Are they?
Yeah. I guess I'll re-roll that. 6. Might as well.
Where did 6 Arthur come from? Oh, you spent a
Oh, I
Deed.
spent a deed.
Yeah.
deed.
Yeah.
Okay.
1
That makes
persona,
more
1 deed.
sense. I was like, you did not have that much persona.
Oh, no,
Alright.
just the 5.
Wow.
We are
Perfectly.
Even.
Okay, Sarah.
Perfectly
you have,
matched so far.
You have just your. You can't blame anyone else. This is just your weight you have to pull.
I got it. I've got this. I was born for this.
Mhm.
I will die for this.
You've drawn your sword and now your enemy
You've
I
is
drawn
have
your
apparent.
drawn
sword.
my sword and we are locked in.
Well, you've
She's gotta
drawn
die.
a sword that's half yours.
It's
I'm 50%
So she only has to be
Debatable.
mortally wounded.
so refresh me. Deed is either re-roll or it gives you
It
6.
doubles all of your dice,
Okay.
or you can roll and then just re-roll the whole thing.
No, all
Oh,
traders.
Reroll all traders.
all traders.
Okay.
I know.
So I probably want to
it's
double
episode
my
13.
roll.
I
Yeah.
do think
Doubling
doubling
is
is better.
generally better.
Okay.
Because you could do both if you had 2 deeds. So like,
Okay.
you could double and then also re-roll.
I think
any twice,
doubling is
but-
better if you have a bunch of dice already.
Yeah, I feel like as this is happening, I'm running. I see the shield
Mhm.
come on and I see the blood and I kind of dip it a little bit in the blood as I'm running up and I hear the cadence that is beating out and I start singing, the war cry version of the summer song and I'm running in step with the song and I feel like I'm, dodging the blood streaks as they race through the ice.
Mhm,
Um,
mhm.
And I'm, I'm gonna go dodge this bitch and and spit in her general direction.
Don't
great.
roll yet.
Okay.
So you run at her. She sort of waits until you're like halfway to her, and then she stands up, and that's when Brother Wirt's ice blood claws happen.
Grab her.
Ada's given some resonant frequencies in the background, and your little tingling is on the back of your neck. You just run at her, charging. She definitely just parries your sword just to the side. You see that she's still a little flash of nervousness in her eyes as your swords meet.
Yeah.
But I mean, she's still an excellent swordswoman. You guys are
Swordswoman.
quite evenly matched.
Yeah.
You are clanking back and forth. She's not really being aggressive. You're sort of charging at her, and she's just dodging. She's a hefty lady, and she's just nimbly moving out of the way. She's just sort of, for her, it's almost like she's having a conversation. She's just like, "Are you sure you made that sword yourself? It seems rather like a nice artifact, actually." As she ducks over, she's like,
I did, bitch, and I even
It
stabbed
is
it
a
through
nice
my heart.
Oh.
It's tasted my heart's blood. It'll taste yours too.
And you stab at her, and she just sort of bends backwards as the sword goes over her head. She's just like,
She's having a conversation, and I
Yep.
am just insulting her at every turn.
yeah. And she's just like, "I think I'll take it. You said it stabbed you? Well, maybe Wintertide will stab you as well." Then she starts to go on the offensive.
Mhm.
And this is when you you've been pushing her, and then she starts to push you back.
Mhm.
And as your swords keep clanging and clanging and clanging against each other, at one point it just you two are so evenly matched. Neither of you can get an advantage, and you both she throws her sword down. You instinctively drop yours. She turns into a wolf. You turn into an eagle, and you jump at each other.
Brawling.
You're just brawling at this point. Everyone else is Ada's still banging up.
I'm the cheerleader over here. I'm like,
I'm just going.
This is
Ragaire. What does that spell? Ragaire. Go, Ragaire.
so in your two bestial
HAWK, what
forms,
is that?
you
Fuck.
are just duking it out. Now you can roll your dice.
Okay, great.
You need 5
Sword.
successes.
Sword.
Yes.
Can I fork in observation just to see if she favors any side or if she's afraid of the sword getting close to her, or if there's some advantage I could take something I could take advantage of, and or brawling. since
mean,
we are
you
now
did
brawling.
use the word
I'll say
brawling.
brawling, yes. Observation, probably no.
Okay. Great. And when I double my dice, does that double the things that I get help with?
You get your. Oh, okay,
No.
no.
It's
Okay.
just your
Dice
base
only.
exponent.
Okay.
I was gonna say otherwise. I know how to play.
You've
Wrong.
never spent a D
I would
actually,
like to take
so.
the GM's conversation on
I
that.
never roll dice. I just assume you guys are doing it correctly.
Just assign difficulties.
Okay, so I'll do sword. I'll fork in brawling. Can I spend a persona and a deed at the same time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can spend
Okay.
up to 3 persona max.
Okay, I'll do 1 persona and then deed, so that should be 6 because I have 5 in sword. So that's doubling my
Yes.
So
Five.
she'll
And you've
be
got the
rolling
help,
and
so
then-
7.
and then 6.
That's my astrology
Artha.
dice.
Oh, perfect.
I was like, what just happened? Very
Sorry.
concerned.
I wanted to make sure it wasn't a 1.
Yep. Oh, that would have been so funny.
Yeah.
That would have been very bad.
Great.
Okay.
So 6 Artha, 1 brawling.
Advantage.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Great. And so I guess we're animal on animal.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just gonna go. I feel like claws are going for muzzle and like beak is going for eyes. Like this
Yeah,
is where we're getting here, and we're just gonna try and like control the maw because her paws probably can't get at me if I'm coming at the top. So I'm just getting in there and shouting the eagle version of die. And you said base
Sounds surprisingly similar.
does.
Nice.
Yay!
That was close.
Nice. That's close. Whew. Okay. So you are. I guess how do you think you get the winning blow? Even in animal form, you're evenly matched, but she's not very innovative. So
I was gonna
That's,
say
like, her
I don't
weakness.
think she's kind of a dainty lady. Like swordswomanship is kind of like a noble pursuit, but like fighting tooth and claw is maybe like not ever something she's really had to do practically.
Mhm.
And so I think I'm just literally dirty street fighting out of her kind of a thing. She's like, I never thought about the fact that I can't get paws
Yeah.
too far up here kind of a thing.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm gonna go for her eyes, so she's gonna lose an eye.
Okay. Are you trying to like?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think
Perfect.
I'm going for eye and then tongue and then, like bleeding
Perfect.
out.
Well, say you go to peck her eye.
Yeah.
She was not expecting that, and it lands, and like as it lands, you both turn back into your humans, and you just like have Summer Song like through her eye, and it's like coming out the back of her head, and she's just like, "Oh, well, that was unexpected," and then she like she can't really roll her head because you're holding it up with her.
Yeah.
But like you see her, she
She
just sort of
goes
like,
limp.
yeah, and you're like holding her up with your sword.
I'm gonna pull it out and I'm gonna decapitate her.
Perfect.
Anna starts clapping. Yes.
Yay!
Good job, Ragaire.
Does she drop the
Um,
other sword? What happens to
Ada
her body?
runs over,
She-
to get that
she
sword.
drops her body, like she just falls to the ground. As it lands, it like cracks the floor, like ice cracks.
We're
And,
gonna
like,
have to
you
get out,
a
get out, get
moment,
out.
And then like you look around.
Yeah.
And, like, things are starting to like melt and droop.
Definitely. Ada runs over to get that sword and like sheath it basically into her sheath, and then it's like grabbing Ragaire and is like, "Let's go!
Get out,
This
get out,
is
get
a
out, get out."
magic castle that lost
Mhm.
its magic."
There
What
is-
floor are we on?
The second.
Not that high up. The like
third.
fourth.
Yeah. It's not. It doesn't. doesn't crack physically. So you're about halfway up.
Metaphysically.
Yeah, there's a planchette still.
Yeah, so
Maybe like she was wearing a ring with a planchette on it.
I take that. Yeah.
Wirt is grabbing Hazel and Ash and just like sprinting and dragging them toward the planchette.
Okay. You're now like there's like 3 inches of water on the top of this ice floor. So you're just
Right,
like
we're all
running.
holding
Slip and sliding.
the ring planchette, and we
Mhm.
turn it to the bottom ground floor.
Perfect. You turn it. You feel the squeezing sensation, and then you all are just in like a white expanse. Not like a winter white expanse. This is just like literally there's nothing. Like it's just white everywhere. And you look around. All of you are still there. Like nothing has happened to you. Like Brother Wirt's still bleeding from his hands. You took some like scratches that are still bleeding a little bit. You guys are like panting, catching your breath, and then you hear like a, and you turn around and you see a tall figure in like a white robe with like blue like icicles on it, like very finely like embroidered. It's like holding its hands and like it's like a monk robe almost, like it's very and like it's burying its hands in each, and
Yeah.
it's you recognize Henry, like it's a humanoid figure, but it's Henry.
It's the spirit of Henry.
Right.
He says, "Have you done it? Are you the one that slew that vile witch?"
Yep.
Yeah.
I am ingratiated to you.
Henry, were you under an evil spell?
Henry, no, my name is not Henry. My
Oh.
name is Autumn, spirit of winter.
Autumn, spirit of winter, why aren't you in a sword?
Why am I in a sword? I was made into a sword. I volunteered many years ago, and then that witch found me and used my powers poorly. I hope no ill came to you on my behalf.
Questionable.
We'll call it water under the bridge. Ice
Well,
under the
I
tree.
am indebted to you for freeing me.
Yeah.
Can you end winter as part of that indebtedness?
Winter will already be ending. My time has come. It is spring's time.
Winter, the spirit of springtime.
No, spring the
No,
spirit of summer.
Spring, the spirit of summer's time.
Yes, yes. Is the sword safe now? Is the sword of Wintertide safe to be used by others?
As long as they're not like her.
As safe as any artifact of this power is, pretty much.
I guess I can offer a boon in my power if you would like. If you have a request of me. I can get you out of this tower. We'll call that free.
Yeah, that would be
So we're
good.
still alive.
Alive and unharmed.
Can we get Morrine and Alden back?
Maybe. They're sort of outside of my... I can't sense them. But I might be able to assist in this task. Is that what you wish?
Sure.
Ragaire nods and looks at Hazel. Hazel?
I thought Philomena has got that. That shouldn't be our boon.
Oh, do we get a boon per person or separate boons?
Party
Did
boon.
you all participate in my freeing, or did one of you sit it out?
We
all
all
participated.
participated.
Well, I guess that means you all get a boon.
Oh.
Might answer my question. Each or one boon combined?
No, you each get one.
Individual boons. It's Father
It has to
Christmas
be
over
within
here.
my power. I am not omnipotent.
Is that what Ada wants?
Out of character. We'll sort of using this narratively for you to decide what happens to your character in the next time frame. And then we'll
Got it.
complete it narratively. But this is sort of for you to set the stage of what you think your character wants in like the immediate future. And we can work out narratively what they get from that.
Ada wants a forge.
No, I think Ada wishes for the wisdom of the spirits. She wants to use that to become a better blacksmith, to become a better smith. She wants to know like about the magical natural energies of the world, basically,
Okay?
which she's calling the wisdom of the spirits.
They know what you mean. They're not just going to give
They're
you like a
wise
recipe.
like that.
Yeah, they're not going to give you like a recipe for their cinnamon rolls or something and say that's our wisdom.
They'd probably be pretty bomb cinnamon rolls.
Okay. Ragaire?
Ragaire needs a minute to think about it.
Okay. Work.
No.
Okay.
Everybody needs a
Hazel.
minute to
ready.
think.
Perfect, Hazel.
Hazel wants her childhood back, barring that not being an option. She wants only her good memories back.
Okay. He sort of chuckles and he's like, that's a request I could interpret two ways. I'll leave the option up to you. I could revert you back to a child. You'd have no memory of any of this, and you could live all your days happy. Or I could leave you as you are, as a woman, and just give you the good ones. I will say there aren't many.
But there are childhood memories, so I'll take that.
Ash will get that. You and Ash come as a package deal.
Nice, nice, nice.
Of course.
Okay. TikTok. He's like, I have a 2 o'clock. so we're gonna
TikTok!
have to finish this up. I have
Um,
Winter Spirit of Spring on the other line.
Wirt
Mhm.
wants Willow to have a higher sense of understanding of the lady's desires, to be more connected with what the lady wants.
Okay. I can work with that. Ragaire?
I think Ragaire wants to no longer be an exile. Like he doesn't want to be like he doesn't want to return to elvendom necessarily, but he doesn't want to be feared or like reviled for his position. So he like wants to kind of become free of that social status essentially.
Become a wanderer.
Just become a wanderer. He just wants to be free.
Okay. Okay.
Barring that, it could be just like he gets like a greater purpose other than like serving this elven kingdom as an exile. Like he has a sword, he has the sword of Summertide now, and he wants to have a purpose to like use it for good, essentially.
Mhm.
A calling.
Autumn Spirit of Winter. I was like, about that. Are
Yeah.
you planning to keep the sword?
I mean, up
Well,
to
we have a
you.
50% ownership.
Ragaire was basically like, I think it's too dangerous to like be kept by somebody else. So I was planning to keep it.
I think it would actually be safer in anyone else's. You've activated it.
Yeah.
And so now you are destined in time to have an eternal summer. It's how it happens. It happens over and over and over again. You're not the first people that have solved this problem.
Okay.
Or
So
you
what I'm
could
hearing,
relinquish it,
I can
but
relinquish.
no one's ever done that before.
Oh, yeah, I'll relinquish it.
All right, 100% custody. Hand it over.
I'll relinquish the sword and the cool eagle power. I'm pretty cool as it is.
I think you have to keep the eagle power, so
Oh, I
no
get
one
to keep
else
the
can
eagle
have
power?
it. You
Okay.
can't use it. You just have to keep it. You have to have the sword to use it, but
Okay.
you can't
Got it.
have the sword, or else you'll become
Eternal
corrupt.
summer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, got it.
But if you were
Ada.
to relinquish the power, then someone else could have it, and then eternal summer. It's the same.
Okay, so
So if you
I'll
separate
keep
them,
the power, give away the sword. Yeah. Ada,
Yes.
are you ready?
Yes.
You got 2 swords now.
I have 2 swords. Yes. Hugging them to her chest, crying, weeping.
Just give her like a head pat. I'm like, you did good. So
like,
yeah.
okay, so now we'll grant these boons. You, easy enough. He touches your forehead, and you just suddenly have all of your memories of being a child through your teenage years. There's a lot missing.
Mhm.
Well, you don't remember a lot, but you do remember being Odelia as a little girl. Um, he does the same for Ash. Looks at you, Ragaire, says, "We'll just change this," and he just sort of like touches you, and like you're still Ragaire, but like you look a little bit different. Like
Yeah,
you,
I look different visually.
yeah. He's like, that should do it.
I'm imagining it's like an emotional weight of the years has been taken away, and so like the elven sorrow has been removed, and now there's kind of more of like a natural joy.
It's like no one will recognize you. Those bags are gone.
You're too happy.
You looking at Brother Wirt says, I've never had someone ask for something about someone else. Um,
So you do
your
this often?
sister. It happens it just keeps happening. So, um,
This is the end.
you wanted your sister to, what was it? It was like she has a better connection with the lady.
Yeah.
Okay. Says, okay. How about this? You know how you've been looking for like the one for a long time, and you thought it was her over there?
Hmm.
What if I told you that Willow could also be the one, just no one ever thought to check? Would that do it?
That's pretty good
Making
advice.
light
Yeah.
of the most important figure in his religion.
Yes.
Here, and he like gives you one of those little gems that you need for the crown.
Oh,
Says,
thank God.
I think you'll need
I think
that.
we need 3, but it's fine.
Oh, you just need the one for Willow. And then
Yeah.
you want the wisdom. Pulls out a deed for the forge. Well, here's this.
Thanks.
I guess if you're keeping me and Spring. Mm,
I would be happy to have you as companions, but Spring seems quiet now.
yes, and they're quiet. I'm also quiet. I couldn't speak to that witch. I have you here with me right now. We're inside the sword.
Oh. You can be
Um,
inside a sword? Wow.
I
how
thought
about
the
this?
swords could only be inside you.
Take the swords. And he like tells you, he's like, take the swords and like melt them down in the forge. And like it'll make the forge like a spirit forge. So the swords will be gone, but you'll have both spring and winter in there.
Okay, help me make.
You'll have both
things.
spring and autumn in there. Sorry, I misspoke.
Yeah.
Easy.
Yes, easy to do.
Winter spirit of spring is
They
One-
haven't. They're fighting a
one
battle with
duchy
summer spirit
over.
of autumn in a different duchy. Yeah. But, okay.
Okay,
Is that all?
Yeah.
sure. It's more
Ragaire
important
just had a
stuff.
glow up.
Perfect. He bows to you, and then you land on the ground in the middle of that ice.
Are there
Statue
still
forest.
maters?
Do
Yeah,
maters
there's
still
maters
exist?
running around everywhere.
No. Oh man, no. We've changed the landscape of the world forever.
Like part of the giant structure in front of you is like it's like tilting over.
I
like-
grabbed that bowl.
Yeah, grab that bowl.
Okay, you grab the bowl of the goats, and you guys book it out just as the tower falls, crushing all of the all of the ice statues that were down there, and sort of like starts an avalanche, like falls down the mountain. The snow all around you is melting. There's mud everywhere. Maters are rolling around in it. They are having a great time.
I think they're not our problem.
Can
Yeah,
maters reproduce, or are they just
I think they're
only?
sterile.
They're all male.
Yeah.
Probably.
But are they immortal?
They
Like,
reproduce
do
by
they not
budding.
age?
We watched them eradicate 25% of their hunting party. I don't think we need to worry about them being like an ecological threat.
Okay, then I'm fine if we leave them here.
They're having a great time.
We'll just
Okay.
mudslide our way down the mountain.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
We can ride a mater down.
Mater sledding.
Okay. I assume you're going back to Hochen. Just sort of
Yeah.
energy like in
Gotta
this
t-
group as you guys are walking back to
It
the mud
is
to Hochen.
tired.
I think we're tired.
Yeah.
Tired but triumphant.
I
Okay.
think we're like in shock. Like, did that really happen? I can't believe winter's over.
Yeah. Just sort of
It is
thinking things
over.
through. What's the next step?
What is the next step?
Ada for
Technically, we
president.
still haven't saved Morrine and Alden.
I'm gonna do that
No,
when we get
so-
back, so they don't have to mudslide down
Yep,
a mountain.
yep. So we get to Hochen, and we'll sort of end the campaign bit there. And now we'll just do like what is the outcome? I'll sort of give you total control of your characters at this point in like outcomes. Like what happens? What's the end of the story for your characters? So like Odelia, you
I
have full creative liberty. What
use
happens?
Philomena Buzz to summon my parents.
Mm-hmm.
Does that work?
They're back. Yeah, it works. Philomena Buzz does not let you down.
What does the other Philomena do?
She doesn't summon any demons.
That's good.
That is what we wanted Philomena Buzz to do.
Strong
Yeah,
opener.
she restrains herself.
That's good. Okay.
It's the happy reunion. They are like overjoyed to see you. They thought that they lost you forever. They're sort of like, oh, you're so much older. How long have we been gone? Like, there's a lot of confusion, but it's very quickly replaced by like just joy to be back, to have you and Ash.
Good.
Lucas.
Yeah.
He's just part of your family now.
Oh, perfect. Then I think we all leave and go back to the normal place.
Oh yeah.
And live.
We'll add Martine is gone.
Yes.
We froze him.
He's lost in the mountains now.
Did we make him a statue that melted?
There was not enough time for him to be statuified, but he's gone.
Good.
Okay.
Started walking and
Okay.
never stopped.
Perfect. You go back to the capital.
Yeah,
Just-
after campaigning hard for Ada to stay here and become Woj/Duchess of the Valley, we leave and we go and live on our real 3-story house.
The
Whoa.
first time you've seen stairs ever.
So many stories.
Yeah, and still practice sorcery. but maybe try to learn some less pretty ritual.
Not just white fire
Yeah.
and bad touch.
Yeah.
Okay.
Make cat sad.
Perfect. Well, that's a good segue. Ada, you are being campaigned for Woached.
I think Ada takes over temporary position as Woached, and just to get everything under control, she maybe with the help of Wirt, she asks for advice on establishing a democratic system of representatives between the various
Based on antler
cities
size.
and kind of sets that in rolling. She also, I think she doesn't immediately melt down the swords. She records as much as she possibly can about the swords and maybe also the group's journey and story while she's in Hochen. And then she does melt down the swords, but she's a wanderer at heart, so she relinquishes her title after the first inaugural election of the unified cities of Hoken, Yuzan, and well, the one that doesn't exist anymore.
Krishi, rest in peace.
Krishi, they're starting New Krishi, so
New Krishi.
Hoken, Yuzan, and New Krishi.
Very fertile ground there.
Yeah, it's surprisingly doing really well, and she wanders and she hones her craft. She comes back, and I think slowly takes on apprentices every now and then, and she goes down in history as one of the greatest blacksmiths of all time.
I'm gonna take back some creative liberty from you and
Oh
say
my
that
god!
when you're working on your forge, a couple maters stumble on and you take them on as like workers and you just name them Ivan and they love it.
They can't
So now
be
you have,
worse
like,
than Ivan's.
You now have 5 maters named Ivan that like wander around with
And
you.
an actual Ivan. They help to maintain the forge when I go on a journey.
hmm And they
Yeah.
live with you and the bull of the goat.
We make it work. We speak the same ab punching language.
You earned their respect and now they will follow you till they die.
Yeah, and I think Ada, visits the others too when she has the chance, when it works out. She goes to the capital and the other stuff.
Yeah, Ragaire, you're no longer sad. You don't have the weight of your entire
Did you,
people on you.
Abby, were you going to say something? I just saw your
I was
finger on
just
your
wanted
nose.
to add, but I can do it at the end. But Morrine and Alden go to couples counseling.
Perfect.
Good.
Good for them.
Good
They
for
needed
them.
it.
We want that for them.
Roll
Ragaire.
a d6.
Me?
No.
Yeah.
Ball creative control. No. Ragaire
We all know what that
is
means.
Ragaire is just delighted. I feel like he probably helps Ada stabilize things and like whatever Brother Wirt's doing. And then he misses being a cool uncle.
Ah,
So he definitely goes and visits. And now that Odelia has her memories back, like he relives cool uncle life. And so he's still he's still
Is that
awkward.
annoying uncle that thinks you're still 5 years old?
Yeah. I mean, because you are 5-year-old
Uh-huh.
to an elf
Yeah.
age. Like he's like, you're only 19. Like
So that's the
you,
same as 4.
that is essentially 4. So I feel like Ragaire is just kind of like a light on his foot wanderer. Like he's just gonna go see all the nice things to see. He can like learn from the elves now, so he probably goes and like learns some new elf songs. Goes and visits Wirt wherever Wirt is. Yeah, and I feel like he's just kind of like he's a traveling Ronin, but instead of I was gonna get there, but then instead of sad, he's happy. He's a happy traveler, and he does get rid of the bones. He does go not to Creasy. I feel like he goes and finds some nice place by the sea in the elven lands for Nim to have her bones buried. And so it's like a nice cliff overseeing the sea instead of sand, so she won't get washed away. And
Good.
so yeah, he puts Nim down and says, this now you can rest and you can hear the waves, and nicely buries her there, and maybe carves like a little headstone with an oleander on it for her to have in memory of her life. And yeah, he just kind of wanders and he spreads his knowledge. He tells elves about humans, and he's like, "And you will not believe hot water and honey. That's what they drink."
The information
Yeah.
is dubious.
He becomes a famed expert on sorcery. People come
Yeah,
far
yeah.
and wide.
Yeah.
to ask
Fire
him his
fixes
advice.
everything.
And when he finally dies, there's an oleander that grows behind him,
Waiting
and
for the
someone else
next
will come and take his bones.
for the next song.
Perfect. Okay, Brother Wirt.
So, Wirt will ruminate for some time on Autumn's suggestion,
Mhm.
and will try to convince the rest. Well, he successfully convinces the rest of the Abbey of Hochen that we need to look internally for our saviors from disaster and convince them to test Willow. We find that she is, in fact, a true monarch. We return to the northern land of Lachlan. And it's not good. It's not a good place up there. It is a
You've
just
given me nothing but good vibes from your religion this whole
yeah.
time.
It is a desolate place that has been abandoned over 100 years. People fleeing and like looking for this outside like savior to come and fix their land, and we come back from Hochen and we recall emissaries and other distant abbeys and try to rebuild Lachlan internally as a self-sufficient nation that is not jumping from crisis to crisis and looking for somebody to divinely solve our problems.
There's so many bureaucracies. There's committees.
There's all kinds of rebuilding that needs to happen. So there's
Perfect.
Really.
Do you feel like you're successful? Does that end up happening?
it's slow and difficult, but yes.
Do you become a saint, or does Willow become a saint?
You're the saint of bureaucracies.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think so.
Okay. You just go down in history for the first monarch
Mhm.
in a long while.
Mhm.
You're older than Ada, though, right?
Oh yeah. Wirt's 35.
Oh, not that much then. Never mind.
Fine. Are you gonna do something when he's dead?
I was gonna say Ada would forge a relic in your honor.
No.
You
Whether
want a
they-
relic? Tell her what kind of relic you
I
want.
mean, it
She'll
wouldn't
make
be
it
a
for you.
religious relic, but it would still be.
What happened to
imbued with power.
Glassman's locket?
I mean, it's returned to Lachlan as a artifact of significant religious history. I imagine the capital has it's one of the only functioning governments in the country still. There's a kind of like a regional power base that has continued to exist, and that's where we set up and start to bureaucratize and
What do you do when a singing elf comes to visit you? Like, I feel like Ragaire just is now like a jolly. He's like Tom
That's
Bombadil. He's
great.
just
Yeah, I
singing.
mean, Wirt's all about visitors, you know? Come on in. Come sing. Just
Just
don't
com-
air of gates us at the door because
The
there's
f-
some weird shit here.
the first elf who's ever been to Lachlan.
Okay, perfect. And you guys live all rightly ever after. And then every single year, when the leaves change color and it starts to get cold, you all just have a horrid remembrance of what you
Stress
went
response.
through.
We
and
go through a
then-
traumatic experience.
Uh-huh.
PTSD hits us like a brick.
But then, come springtime, when the grass starts to come up and the snows melt, you all feel so much better that it is not lasting forever and winter is not eternal. And Ragaire doesn't succumb to the pressures and start an eternal summer that burns all of the plants and everyone
swords
starves to
don't
death.
exist,
Yeah,
so-
they don't exist anymore.
Nope.
So that's
Thank
broken.
goodness.
Okay,
Yay!
well, I think that was a good end.
That was.
Yeah.
That's just a quick 15 episode game that we played.
That didn't take long at all.
Over a
Someone
month.
mentioned 2 years and I refused to recognize that figure of time.
The worst thing is it's only 2 years because that's what YouTube says. It's actually like 2.5 years.
Yeah.
Let's see. This will be a fun way to end the stream. You can all, each of you can once ask me one question that you feel you didn't get an answer to, and I'll tell
The
you the
circle
actual
at
answer.
Lord
Oh,
Stravitz's.
that's a good one.
Okay. The circle at Lord Stravit was because the Duchess could control the weather, and she favored Lord Stravit, so she gave him a little circle where it just didn't snow when she dumped snow on everybody else.
Got it.
Why was she?
I'm
Oh
glad
my God.
that makes sense. So we wouldn't have ever found anything.
No, because it was just there was nothing there. She just didn't have it snow there.
She just intended no snow. Got
Yeah.
it.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Where were the demons from? Nobody had anything about demons in any of their backstory. What happened with that? Where did they come from? What was the impetus for demons in the valley?
So the demons in the valley were because the Duchess was trying to, and sort of succeeded at the end, essentially turning the whole valley into like a big snow globe, which is why it was like snowing and like the snow wasn't building up, it was just blowing around. Like she controlled the whole thing, you couldn't leave. But summoning doesn't work great in the valley. So when she tried to like section off the valley, it inadvertently summoned the consort, which was then trying to take over her idea. And so they were having that battle. And then like when they were just duking it out, summoning still wasn't working. So like demons were just popping up when people were trying to do other things. That's what that was about.
Wow, the machinations behind the scenes. Had no idea.
Wow, wow.
Well, I'm still reading. Sean, so it's on
Willow,
you.
Black Blood. How did she get better?
Ada
You've already
lives a
asked your
simple
question,
life.
Sarah.
I'm suggesting
She
that for
has no
somebody else.
questions.
I still have a vial of Black Blood.
Yeah.
Side note.
Oh God.
Danger. Okay, I'm stuck
like your
between
idea,
two, so
Abby.
you can tell me which one is more interesting, and choose
Okay.
that one.
Perfect.
I either want to know who had Odelia and Lucas before they were with the consort, or what the mirrors were doing in the underwater abbey. Black liquid
Yeah.
device.
I'm trying to think which one. So the mirror, it's sort of same. So the mirrors were his sort of device because he didn't have a sword, so he was trying to construct something to combat the Duchess, and that was his way of where he was going to win that conflict. It was powered by like children's memories and their childhood, which is why there were children stuck in all of the mirrors. Um, and they were all children who could like cast sorcery. Um, you and Lucas got stuck in a mirror, which is where your childhood was. And so like this is sort of the answer to your other one. Is like you didn't really have like your memories aren't things that happen to you. It's like your
Okay, it
brain
was all
rationalizing
constructed.
what was
Okay,
it. Yeah,
great.
it was constructed. So it was like he was always ranting and raving about the Duchess. So then your mind was like, oh, the Duchess must be my mom, and this is my dad. And it was sort of constructed from that.
Hmm.
Okay, Sean. And then we'll let chat have a question too.
I don't have any questions.
Everything is crystal clear to you?
No, but it's not worth clarifying. I mean,
I would like to take Sean's question if he doesn't want to use
what?
it.
Do you have? If you have a good one, I'll ask it for you. It's gotta be good though.
What I know about Willow and the Black Blood.
How she got it in the first place?
Or
How she survived it.
Yeah.
She's
She's
favored by the
divinity.
goddess. She's the one.
Yeah, she was divinely protected. That's not a real question. I feel like I told you guys that, or at least Wirt.
Oh, this is a pretty good question, and I am curious about Guchung, so we'll
Okay,
combine
yeah.
it.
Take
Okay.
that, and then that doesn't count for chats, which is perfect.
Wow.
Perfect.
Chat, give us more questions. Go.
It could also. I just can't remember. Was Guchung summoned by? Guchung was summoned by the Duchess for Lord Stravid or something. Anyways, was Guchung going to live longer, or did I like kill him prematurely? And if he was, like, what would he have done in the story, do you think? Or did you plan for us to always get rid of him?
It was sort of you could have gone either way. I felt like his time was ending, which is why like I didn't want to keep harping on the same stuff, which is why I let him die and just sort of stay dead. As for what his plan was going to be, I think he would have assumed sort of the role the consort was playing, having been like summoned by the Duchess and then sort of get out of control. And like he would have used the Black Blood as his way to counter her. But I feel like we had just sort of every problem was coming back to the Black Blood at that point, so I just sort of let that die instead of having to keep having the same problems over and over.
Okay.
And then you punched him. Too good.
Punched him
Punched
so
him too
good.
good.
Black blood can't save you from punch.
Okay, and then what was the other one, Abby? You said that solved the problem. You were
What?
like, "That's perfect. He'll take chats," and then it sounded like
yeah.
there was another one.
We had another one. Well, two that I'm gonna combine.
Okay.
We'd like to know what happened to all the people when the unsummoning happened, and specifically, in addendum to that, did Graves successfully start a restaurant?
Yes, Graves got his own
For
restaurant.
all those people who were unsummoned.
All of those people that were unsummoned, they were unsummoned by the god of mercy killing. So you can either. I think I told you all that.
Yeah.
Did
You
I
did
not?
tell
You
us
did.
this.
I
Yeah.
feel like you
It
did,
might have
yeah.
been off screen, off
Yeah.
chat, off stream though.
Yeah. What's his face? You're that saint.
Glosslin?
Glossman.
Glossman.
Yeah, he's the
Glossman.
patron saint of mercy killing. So he was like, wow, instead of having these people realize that they killed and possibly ate their entire male family, how about we just kill them? That's probably merciful. So that's what he did. That was his plan all along, and he just didn't tell you that. And so they're all dead. Maybe they're living in
And
an
they're being
afterlife
cooked by
somewhere.
Graves.
No, where Graves is serving them at his restaurant.
Uh huh.
Yeah, serving them.
Not serving them, serving them.
Yeah, serving them to other people,
Yeah.
other
They have-
spirits in the afterlife.
They can't leave. They haven't.
The
been
only
served yet,
absolute is Graves has to be where Erida's is so he can eternally torment her.
Is that in hell?
Wherever she is.
Okay.
One would assume hell.
But wherever she goes, he follows.
It's a
He's got a food
franchise.
It's a
truck.
moving restaurant.
Food truck.
It's a food truck. It's a food cauldron.
It's a food shiny.
Graves.
So
Okay.
good.
Perfect.
So
Well,
good,
that's
so
that.
fun.
I hope everything's crystal clear.
Always.
No outstanding
Just like a
questions.
snow globe.
Just like a snow globe. Okay, perfect. Well, this will be the last sign off of Burning Wheel for some time. And then no, Duchess was not the Duchess from Blades in the Dark. That was just a fun coincidence.
If only.
That would have been a good tie-in. No. So we'll leave it here. We'll wrap up. I hope you guys enjoyed this long 15 episode campaign. What are we doing next week, Sarah?
Oh my gosh, we're gonna play Things from the Flood. What are we doing? We're going into the vac and we're fighting some bots. We have a Invisigo radio at our side.
yeah.
We have
Long range Invisigo radio.
we also
10 feet.
have
I think.
we also have a device that detects Elizabeth and says we come in peace at quicker and quicker intervals. The
We also
closer
have
we
a
are.
metal bad corrosion transmitter via touch.
You have metal bad corrosion transmitter. You have a broom, hopefully to avoid hydrogen fires that are invisible.
We have a hockey
And
stick.
you
And we have the power
have
of
a map.
science.
And you have the
And we have the
power
power of science.
to get you through. So yeah, they're hacking into the vac to take on Elizabeth and Principal. Oh yeah, no wait.
Oh yeah, we're not there. We're on
You're not there.
on
You're
the giant
at Principal
island.
Yarnix. You're at Principal Yarnix's fairy tale house that has the huge brambles
That's a temporary stop on our way.
Well, I mean, we
Totally.
have to do the other stuff too, but we don't. We're dealing with Yarnik first.
Yeah, you are dealing with Yarnik first. Yeah, there were some strange emails from Louise got, and that led you to she's waiting at the dock while you guys hacked your way through giant brambles and fought off the giant mosquitoes to see that Principal Yarnik was there in his boxers. And that's where we cut off.
Perfect. Well, that'll be next week.
Yeah.
And now, since we have, and probably the week after, we have an
Yeah.
open slot now. So we're sort of deciding what we're going to do. If you guys have any suggestions, anything you want to see us play, let us know.
We're cooking up some ideas.
We're cooking up ideas.
Yeah.
But as always, we'll see you next week at a timely 7 o'clock Central. Bye-bye.
Same time, all time.